Well, that was fun.
It was
Really
fun.
fun.
I guess
Like
it's
that.
I guess it's real when you actually watch it on screen, isn't it?
That's right.
It was neat. Yeah, I liked it.
Thanks, Tortoise, if you're here. That was
Yeah,
awesome.
Right?
that was awesome. Yeah.
So, if you guys didn't notice, it's the Monday Night Crew, and we have a new intro. So how
Yeah,
about
it was
that?
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, so we're trying out another night, but I don't know, I think this one's gonna stick, but we'll find out. Saturdays were just a bit much for us with everything
all
going
of
on
us,
in our
yeah.
life.
Yeah. Crazy.
That's what we're doing here today. Hopefully everybody's over their Super Bowl hangovers and whatnot from going on yesterday. I
I'm
I
good.
I didn't drink anything during the game, but I know
didn't
there
either.
are probably a lot of people in Jimmy State that felt a little rough this morning.
Yeah, it was like a county morgue at work this morning, man. It was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Same at my job. It was completely dead for I think the first 5-6 hours, which basically was a whole day actually.
Yeah,
that's
I
right.
was just like,
Well, LA went a little crazy after they won, right? Like apparently there was some. I mean, they did it here too. When we won the Super Bowl, the same thing happened. Like people set couches
Yeah.
on fire in the streets and went a little nutty. But
I mean, right here they set cars on fire, but I don't know how it happened this time.
it's a bigger city. You got to go bigger, right? Set some cars.
mean,
on fire.
I know this time. If you're kind of familiar with where SoFi is, I'm actually not familiar with the area. Cars were doing donuts right there, and there was just traffic blocking everything. So the firefighters, police, everybody, they couldn't even get through. All you saw was just a bunch of people running towards that area, and somebody from that lives up there was I saw it on TikTok. She was just recording, and all you see is the car doing donuts in the middle of the street.
No, good. That's kind of what happened
Nice.
on Jimmy's ride home, anyway. So,
yeah, I still don't know what happened there, man.
so Kathy's here. Says dishes are washed, chicken is in the oven for tomorrow, and yet still waiting.
All
Well,
right.
thank you for stopping
Hey,
by.
Kathy.
Appreciate it. William says rock and roll, baby. That's right.
Yeah, that was
Gotta
cool,
hype
man.
everybody up. Yeah, I
Yeah.
love it. Jennifer's in the house. Thanks for stopping by, Jennifer.
Hey,
We
Jennifer.
appreciate it.
Hi, Jennifer.
And happy Valentine's. Husband's snoring, so here I am. Aw. Well, happy
Aw.
Valentine's Day either way.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Exactly.
Like I said, after the live, I'm gonna go get that heart-shaped pizza for me and my girlfriend. We're gonna watch a movie and just knock out afterwards.
What movie you watching?
Norbit.
That's a funny movie.
Oh, that is funny. Yeah,
Yeah, I like that.
It was actually voted the worst movie, but I love it.
It's
I thought
funny.
it was funny. I thought it was
It is
funny.
it's hilarious.
I mean, Eddie Murphy, but it's just there's not
Yeah.
too much that Eddie Murphy's in that I find bad.
I don't know why we chose that as a Valentine's movie, but we did.
Yeah, Ed, you're supposed to watch. You're supposed to watch The Notebook, man. Come on.
That's right.
Oh god, no. We both laugh at that.
Yeah, if you watch The Notebook, they'll both be sleeping after the pizza.
I would just fall asleep right here on my couch.
That's right.
Exactly.
Kristen's here. Hi, Kristen.
Hey, Kristen.
Thanks for stopping
Congrats
by.
on 1,000.
Yeah, congrats. Big 1,000.
Yeah.
She was on Rachel's
Awesome.
show when she kicked over. So that was awesome. And your reaction, Kristen, on live was priceless. Just so you know. I wish I could have recorded
Did you see the shirt that she's keeping on Instagram? That's a brand that I would just pass on, but who knew it was worth almost $200?
Oh, the flannel. I didn't see the brand.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of saw the brand, but I forgot about it already.
Yeah, but it's like if I saw that tag, I probably would have passed on it because of the
Yeah.
way that it looks.
It really did look plain. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. So, and she's saying silly face. Well, yeah, it was good. That was one of the best reactions I've seen for a long time. So, I was on live when mine kicked over too, and mine wasn't nearly as awesome as hers. So,
Right.
just say, but
The what?
I was on live when mine kicked over to 1,000 too. With
Oh, okay,
Mike,
yeah.
and my reaction wasn't nearly as cool as hers. So,
Well, remember that's how I met you. That was on that live.
oh yeah, that's right. See,
I remember the only reason I subscribed to was because I wanted to win the camera.
that's right.
After that, he's like, I'm done with it.
That's right.
No, after that, I clicked on one of his lives. It was when him and Sarah were still together in the room, and then that's
Yeah.
what caught my interest, and that's when I kept like interacting a lot more.
Yeah. That was yeah. that was a fun. Some of those lives are really fun whenever it's me and her right next to each other. But it's hard to kind of talk to each other and keep everybody else engaged because like you're in the same room and so you're talking to one another and then like you got to pay attention to the computer at the same time.
Yeah.
This way's a little easier.
Watching some of your old videos too, when because it still suggests me like your old life. Well, not that though, but I didn't realize how empty your room was before. It was a lot more emptier.
Oh yeah, yeah. Jimmy, when did you start watching? Was this room like super empty back then?
It was, and you had like stacks of jeans. It seemed
yeah.
Well,
that's right.
Like your what souls were funny because when you would pull one, everything would fall. Adam would watch it just like. It's okay. You were like, I'll pick that up later. It was fun. That tells you how long ago I watched it. Yeah, there's just stacks of jeans, and then
this room is we've outgrown this room. Like if you could see what's going on the floor behind me right now, like this room is not viable any longer, especially with Whatnot. Like Wednesday morning or Wednesday afternoon when I pack Whatnot. If I pack Whatnot, I have to pack Whatnot in the morning and then pack all my orders at night because if I pack both of them together, I won't be able to walk out of this room. Even if we stack them neatly in this room, I still won't be able to walk out of this room. So it's just not, we really need to move into the bigger bedroom, but like we've both been just putting it off. And it seems like every time we get like a free weekend, something comes up and it's just, I don't know. I told her, I'm like, we need to write it on the calendar. It needs to just be there on the calendar. We're moving rooms this day. And that way it's ingrained. Like this is what's going to happen. So. Drew's in the house. What's up, Drew?
Hey, Drew.
Hi, Drew.
Thanks for stopping by. And Doza's here. Thanks for stopping by. We appreciate it. Bearded PokeTuber back by popular demand. Thanks for stopping by. We appreciate it.
Going?
Rosie's here. Pretty good advice.
Now we can talk about the topic we want to talk about.
That's right.
Hey, Rosie.
Pretty good advice to look up anything with hand etched tags. Yep, for sure.
Yeah.
5-1 Hall. Good evening. Thanks for stopping by.
Good evening.
How's it going?
Saw that one too, Jimmy. It's awesome. Oh yeah, it's everybody's just saying hi to each other. Yeah, that was back whenever I just had no idea what I was doing. And when I was on with John on Thursday, he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go back and watch some of this." I'm like, "Please don't." Don't do that. So
I went back to one of my videos. I was like, "Oh wow, I was horrible."
I don't know.
I was using my little Chromebook camera at the time, so everything was so blurry, and I just didn't even know what I was doing.
I didn't either.
I haven't gone back and watched either. I'm going to do that actually because you guys have seen me from the very beginning, and I don't think I've seen either one of yours. So yeah, I'm going to go back and watch it.
My first ones were horrible. I think
bad.
I know I judge myself saying my newer ones are, but yeah, when I first started, I was like, why did anybody watch this? What is going on here? They must have felt sorry, man.
I remember my first video. I was talking about PEDs because we've got a whole bunch of PEDs, like the disposable socks you can get from, like when you go try shoes on or whatever, they give you those awful disposable socks that don't fit in any of us on this live right now because we all have big feet and they don't work anyways. But yeah, I was talking about them because we got a bunch of cases of them and we were selling them. And I was talking about them like as if they were this amazing bolo.
Yeah.
They weren't. I mean, they sold well, but like compared to some of the other stuff that we've sold, those are crap. So, I don't know. Drew says he's just here for the NFTs. That's good. That's good.
I still don't understand them things. I don't know.
I have somewhat of a see the thing with NFTs is that like I think like all of us want them to be something more than they are. And really reality of what they are is there's something that you can store on a device and show people. Like you can be like, check out my Ninja Turtle NFT. And that's it. That's really all. But we all want them to be more. And they're not. So
I think to me it's just like a token. It's like, look how much disposable income I have.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only way I could see it.
Yeah, exactly. So it's I mean, they're neat. They're neat. Is just I don't understand them.
Well, like the only ones that I would have any interest in are the ones Jerry Garcia did, and they're millions of dollars. Like, that's cool to me. Like, he was.
Right there.
Is that it right there? Oh, well, you got one.
I was gonna say, you know, what would be a cool NFT you can make at him? Just do the Monday Night Vibe into a spinning token, and there you go.
There you go. Yeah, people pay. Drew will probably pay millions for it, I'm sure. We got our first buyer. I'm sure Drew Strickland's going to be a proud owner of a Monday Night Vibe NFT. So, limited edition, too. We'll only have a release.
Oh,
2.
Yeah, that'd be.
There
That'd be something.
Kristen's right.
That's right.
Kristen's right, though.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's all it is.
That's right. It's a Tamagotchi.
Only,
it totally is.
Only the NFT can't die.
That's right. Yeah, you don't have to feed the NFT. So I don't know. It's one of those things that he just. I mean, like I said, Jerry Garcia stuff seems like it would be awesome because he made it on a computer that's could probably barely do what he was doing with it. You know, so that's cool to me. But because I mean, he died in 97, so he had to make them between 92 and 94. You know, so I mean, there was just. I mean, that was awesome. But like, I saw the whole collection and like. It sold for some insane money. And it's, I'm never going to own one. And even if I do, what would I do with it? I'd be like, hey guys, check out this NFT I bought. It's Jerry Garcia's. It's worth $2.4 million.
Then you think when that movie comes out about him, they're going to just shoot up even higher, you know?
They're making a movie about him?
Yeah. They're making a documentary about him, so.
Is it, so it's an actual documentary. It's not someone's not going to play Jerry Garcia.
I hope not. Like I said, I was just listening to the T-shirt boys at the Benz talk about it. So they're like, if you got Grateful Dead stuff, sit on it right now because this is going to blow up. And I imagine it will because you know when they do that kind of stuff. Like I said, this is a true single stitch. I mean, sitting right here.
I mean, isn't that stuff just going up in value anyways?
Yeah,
seems like it. It could be a bubble, though. And I was actually, this wasn't a topic we were talking about, but it's a good one for a first time. So like the T-shirt market is something that's getting hotter. Like, and it's growing. It's not like a sharp growth. It's more of a, kind of a slow climb. Does this seem like a bubble? Because this could be like it could be like the sneaker thing where like shoes just go for ridiculous money no matter what they are. Do you guys think it's a bubble that's going to burst, or do you think this is the future? Because I am of the impression that people are going to continue to collect stuff like this because the quality of the new stuff is so bad that the old stuff is so much better. So, I don't know.
I got a theory.
Sure.
So I think that it's going to keep going up. I don't think it's a bubble. The bubble is the VHS tapes. That's for sure. I think the reason the T-shirts are going up is because my generation, I don't know if that's your generation too. My Close. Generation, we're starting to get into. Well, I'm 30, so we're starting to get older, and we're gonna be wanting that stuff from the 90s. Maybe we're just babies or small little kids, but it's stuff that we still discovered and stuff that we still grew up with. So my generation is growing up. We're getting a lot more disposable income, so we're able to spend on things that we want. And T-shirts, it's not a want. I mean, it's not a need; it's a want. So if you want it, it's just gonna keep going up. And if enough of us want it, it's gonna keep going even higher.
Yeah, it's just a good theory.
It's just a theory, after all.
What do you think, Jimmy?
Oh yeah, I mean, I've been selling T-shirts for about 4 years. I mean, concert ones, and I mean they're worth more now than they were when I first started selling them.
Yeah.
Because actually, I started trading them before we started selling them, but then, like this shirt here, it's worth like $200 just the way it sits. And I'm just like, if these T-shirt boys are right, I mean, would that be like $400 here in like 2 months?
For waiting on a documentary for sure. But like, I mean, even you sold a Beanie Baby recently, which is. So you didn't even remember you had it. And then now people were starting to talk about this documentary. And
I start freaking out.
You sold a Beanie Baby?
I did.
Dude, that's how surprising that is.
He sends me a picture of it and he's like, I don't even know if I have this. I found it.
I did. Well, luckily my partner in crime because I texted Jen. I was like, "You haven't seen a Beanie Baby around the house, have you?" And she's like, "Well, you had 4." And she's like, "If you have it, it's in the tote buried in the garage." And she was not lying. It was literally the last tote right on top, still in the bag. I was like, "Oh my goodness, thank goodness." So, yeah, I sold it for $8. I mean, I only had a quarter into it, but I've had it for like 2.5 years, and I was like, I even forgot I even had it. But
That's awesome.
But yeah, back in the day, the beanies were crazy.
Mm-hmm. That documentary was eye opening. I mean, I knew there was a craze, but I didn't know it was that crazy.
It was actually a decent documentary. I liked it. It was weird.
Yeah, I did too.
It.
I also did too. The two, I came out of there with 2 things. One, the lady that made out the most, like John said, was the lady that authenticated these things, and then 2, the guy who owned the Beanie Baby, the Thai guy, he's a scumbag. Like those are the 2 things I came out of that documentary with.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I got out of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Drew says he wants the spinny thing. That's right.
All right.
Cool. Yeah.
First buyer.
That'd be a good NFT right there.
We got it.
We'll work on it. If we can figure out how to make one, we'll do it.
Right.
In a box in the garage is here. Says howdy, I'm late again. That's okay.
Hey.
We just appreciate you coming by. Got a question for Jimmy. Dark, did you find some good stuff at that storage unit? My eyes were peeled to the screen. Well, we were going to talk about that anyway. So good lead in.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like I said, I found quite a bit of jeans. That's no joke. So
yeah,
but yeah, I found some good stuff. Like I said, I should make probably $100 to $200 just out of a $13 investment, with tax and everything on that thing.
Did you have to pay to dispose of all the trash, or are you just going to put it on the curb?
Well, okay, so I guess we'll get into it.
I guess the only reason I'm asking is because like me and Sarah have considered doing this, and the biggest like concern we have is that like let's say we buy something, we get there, and it's all garbage, and we got to make like a dump run. How much of this is going to cost us?
Yeah, I mean, luckily with mine, it was 12 boxes, 2 totes, so it was real easy just to get the experience of it. And I took everything but 3 boxes because 3 boxes were old food and it was disgusting. So I called back. So I called back the lady that actually that's my winning thing, but yeah, that's a little bit, as you can tell, this is how I want it. This is the picture I sent Jen, like it's okay. But but anyways,
it's gonna be good for us, I promise.
Yeah, I'll give some tips to the beginning of this, but I did call back the lady that sent me the text message about saying I owned it, gave me the gate code, they put a padlock on it for me to get into it. I was like, ma'am, I'm not gonna lie, I'm in my SUV and there's 3 boxes of food, and it's just, you could tell it got frozen and busted open, but luckily it was still frozen, so it didn't stink or nothing. But
what kind of food was it? Like ho-hos and stuff, or was it like steaks?
No, it was like canned food, but they exploded. It was but luckily it was still in the box. So and she was like, yeah, there's a dumpster on the premises if you want to throw that kind of stuff away. I was like, okay, I really do it. So 3 boxes were food that I got to pitch in their facility. So
nice.
But yeah, so then I brought the rest of them. But yeah, then actually I showed Sarah those, but I found, so I went through mountains of like court papers and clothes. So it seemed like what every box was. But then I almost stopped going through everything because there was this old broken basket and just had dresses in it, right? I was like, do I really want to go through that? I was like, all right, whatever. Well, Jen pointed out something and she's like, what's that brown thing on there? I was like, I don't know.
It's your Storage Wars moment.
It's
was like before they go to commercial. Here, right? What's that?
Yeah, luckily, look, I found $6 worth of stuff.
Cash.
Yeah.
You're in the profit already.
$2, pennies, and a bunch of quarters. So there
you go. So you got half your investment back right there.
So,
exactly.
And after that, I was like, I want another store lock. That's what.
Did you bring the box to an expert to get the box checked out like they do in Storage Wars?
Oh, that's just a Hobby Lobby box because there's made in China.
Just kidding.
But I did, like I said, here's the ring that I found. If anybody's seen the video, come to find out, this is sterling silver. It's not 14 karat gold. Bummer, but
Dang,
it's still worth $20. So it's okay.
So it's more than you paid for
$20.
the
$20.
Yeah.
There you go.
But again, if you guys are going to do some storage treasures, please, if you source with anybody, please consult them first so you don't get yelled at on the phone.
It's good PSA, especially on Valentine's Day.
Yeah. No, but no, it was a weird experience at first because, like you said, you know what we do: estate sales, garage sales, auctions. We know the backstory. This thing, right. I didn't know it. I didn't have a backstory until you own their personal stuff. Yeah, it was weird.
You found all the court paperwork. You had a lot of stuff. A lot of backstory after that.
Yeah, but so it was like a happy medium, but then after I found money, I was like, "Oh, cool! This is real. You can find money in these things."
Oh yeah, I believe it.
Yeah,
cool.
It was cool. I mean,
I think we're gonna try and do it someday soon too. It seems fun.
Yeah,
like it seems awesome. Bearded PokeTuber thinks the vintage tees are just going to continue to get more expensive. I'm going to agree with you. And Drew
they will.
Coming in with you can buy digital clothes that they just put on you in a picture, so you actually don't own the clothes, just in the pictures. That's not. Is that really true, Drew? Or are you making that up? That's
I don't know.
No, I'm pretty sure that's true. I know that's true.
No. We're not going to leave the house. I told you before. We're going to be in the Matrix. That's what they're trying to do. Like we're going to be like, there's going to be a guy that's just going to come up and be like, Mr. Anderson.
Yeah.
But would you be happy though?
No. I mean, okay, I take that back. Well, I'll say hi to Adam. Hi, Adam. Thanks for stopping by. Adam. I would be happy if I was Neo and I could like fly and like punch people 30 feet and like stuff like that. Like then it'd be cool and dodge bullets. But if I'm just a lemming, no, I wouldn't like that.
If you're basically just an NPC.
Right. Rosie says, I don't think people don't think it has to do with the quality of the new stuff. People are just nostalgic for the 80s and 90s music. It was a big part of culture because of things like MTV t-shirts are going to be the new video games. I can see that.
Well, the only thing I have to say about that is that some people, they don't care if it's a reprint, like, the screen printed tags, but there are those who truly do want the vintage stuff. So that's why it's going to keep going up in price.
Yeah. Well, it's true. And these manufacturers are getting really good at making things look old.
Yeah.
Like that Super Nintendo shirt. Did Sarah send you a picture of that Super Nintendo shirt with the Mario? Or you saw it on our auction? I think you both were in the auction. It's a Super Nintendo. One? Yeah, it's a Super Nintendo on the front, and then it had the video game cartridge on the back, like the artwork from the video. And when I saw that out of the corner of my eye, I grabbed it, and I'm like, oh man, because it looked like something that they would have released in the 90s. And then I picked it up and saw the screen printed tag, and I'm like, man, they're good. Like this looks like it's something from the 90s.
Yeah, like somebody on the one of the Facebook groups that I'm in, they put, it's like, I know that this is a vintage Adidas t-shirt. I look at it, they put a picture of the tag on it as it's screen printed. And then one person said that, yeah, that's vintage. But then the rest of it was like, no, it's a screen printed tag. Most of the time, about 99% of the time, that means that it's already modern. So no, that's not vintage.
I think we got a bot down there, man.
Yeah.
Is it bad?
Yeah, I mean, it will be here pretty soon.
Oh, someone already did.
Okay.
Did you do it? Yeah.
Wow, I'm waiting.
Jennifer got it.
Oh my god.
Can you see
wow.
it? Like,
yes,
I got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just making sure.
All right,
but anyways,
is that Osama bin Laden?
Yes.
Jeez. Oh my god.
We got the big celebrity, man.
That's right. We've arrived. Okay. Well, I'm going to skip down to the bottom. I didn't realize how far behind I was.
He overshadowed Dave and C. Picker.
I do want to highlight this one just because it was part of what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Kristen sold a Beanie Baby for $900 back in the day. That's amazing. So Tortoise is here. Thanks for stopping by, Tortoise. We did use your intro, but he's got a role for Valentine's Day stuff. Hi, Dave. Thanks for staying up late with us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, hey, Dave.
Everybody's saying hi to one another, so that's good. Luis is in the house. Thanks for stopping by.
Hey, Luis. What's up, man?
He's just with me that we're burning up in California.
Oh, yeah. now. I feel real bad for you.
Yeah, me too. Ed, put a jacket on, please.
Oh, I'm gonna have to. It's gonna start getting cold here. I mean, for California, cold at least.
Actually, we're warming up next week, buddy. We're gonna be in the 60s.
Wow, really?
Yeah,
we're gonna be in the 50s.
That's a double-edged sword for me, but I'll tell you why in a second. Marketplace Boutique says you're lucky to use their dumpster. That is really nice of them.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Let's see. Luckily,
Yeah, because I think a dumpster here in California is like $200 to rent it out.
Yeah. Well, no, a lot of the times you can just drive all the dump. Like here, we can drive it to the dump, and they'll just charge us by the weight.
Yeah.
What we're dumping, and my mouse just died, so that's good. But yeah, that's what our primary worry was, is that that we end up spending. We'd go in there like well, let me get out of this. Let's see.
I was gonna ask, there we go. Are you gonna want to be getting the bigger storages, or are you gonna be fine with the smaller ones, like the one that Jimmy got?
Hold on, I'll answer it too. No. Yeah, I want to do a big one.
Mine's sleeping, so I can say I would like the big ones, but I feel like Jimmy did it right, because he bought a unit that has boxes and bins in it, and it looked like, I mean, that brief picture I saw of it, it looked like it was kind of organized and wasn't shuffled through it. So I feel like people that are going to bin up something or box up something, there's probably decent amount of stuff in there.
I mean, you could see that Nike sitting right there, so yeah. I could see kind of what was going on, and there was 2 vintage shirts that I could see that was kind of out. I was like, well, right there's my money if I really worried about it. But
yeah.
I worked with the storage unit place too. They didn't charge me the $100 cleanup fee, because she was like, oh, there's like 12 boxes in there. She's like, if you just send me a picture, we'll call it even. I was like, done. So I was so they did take $2, because you got to put your card information in there. So they did take $2. So I ended up paying like the $9.65 that I owed left on it. So I guess I'm really into pennies and everything,
Yeah.
If you look at it. So
that's awesome. We really want to do it. It's just the ones in Pittsburgh, they're sporadic, and it seems like the only ones that really are regular are like up north in like Youngstown. They seem to like have auctions every week and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not saying mean things about Youngstown, but Youngstown is kind of a poorer area, so like the quality is kind of lower. Like even just looking at the storage units, like we've looked at a couple of them, and they were full of like garbage bags. And that can go either way. Like that can legit be garbage, or it could be a bunch of clothing. Right. Like you just don't know. So
I mean, so some of the thrift stores that I go to, especially right here in my area, they're not in the best areas at all. I go to one where it's like really bad, but you have no idea how much of my awesome, more expensive items I got it from that thrift store. I mean, it's only cash only.
That's true.
It's like you never know. It's like they could be the best ones.
But I don't know if that dynamic applies as much to storage units, because I feel like, because with my mom used to run a facility, and you get ample warning before they take that thing from you. So if you're going to default on it, you've got a month or so of still having access to that unit before you default and they lock you out of it. So like there's nothing stopping that person from going back to that unit and just taking all the stuff that they want to keep and the expensive stuff out of there, and then just being like, yeah, I don't care. See you later.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's kind of why it makes me nervous to get like ones from Youngstown. But then again, like a guy that we used to buy all that activewear stuff off, that's what he bought a storage unit. It was $2,900, and the whole thing was filled with new Nike, Adidas, and Puma, and all kinds of stuff. So it's a gamble, but I mean, to me, it'd be a fun gamble, and it would make for a great video no matter what. If it's a total epic fail, it's going to be a great video. If it's a total epic win, it's going to make for a great video. Like either way, it's going to make for a great video, so it's probably worth it.
But, and with those, you could do those videos during summer or winter, right? It doesn't even matter the season.
I don't think winter would be all that much fun for a big one. For a little one,
I mean,
well, 40 degrees, it was still cold, man. It was like no joke, because it's like an ice box. So
yeah. That's true.
So,
right before Osama bin Laden came in, Dave also came in. It's Dr. Dre in the house. What's up, Dave? Thanks for stopping by.
Hey, Dave.
Drew says he watched a video on it. Someone spent like $4,000 on digital clothes that they just put on and post for pictures. That's it.
Yeah,
man.
For that picture.
I wish I had that kind of money to throw around. You know.
I mean, I wish I had the kind of money to throw around almost $4,000 for a parking spot.
That's where I was getting at too. I was like, I'd rather buy the parking spot than
That's right.
Something I can't wear. You know.
Jennifer does not like the troll's picture, just in case you're wondering, and everybody's going after the troll. Thank you guys for hitting that. I appreciate it.
I just see that. I was like, come on, man.
I didn't even notice it.
Yeah, that's a new. I mean, that probably means we made it. You start getting Bin Laden in here. Whew.
All right, wait, hold on. Was that guy making fun of my beard? Because that's not fun. I'm joking.
My bad. I didn't even think about that. The oldest screen printed tag I've found is from the Seed of Chucky shirt from 2004. It's only 2 years away from being vintage. Crazy. That is interesting. The thing with screen printed tags though is as they if you put them through the wash enough, they're gone. The tag's gone. So like it's going to be almost impossible to date shirts after these wash off. So
yeah.
Plus, I don't think screen printed tags would ever be really worth that much. I think it's always going to be about the tag ones.
Yeah, I agree. Well, but like we do well with some screen printed stuff. It just depends on what you got to be a little more specific with what the content is of it. But like we've sold like Friday the 13th shirts and like stuff that has decent content. Even that Super Nintendo one did well. It's just
it did.
So, I don't know.
Well, and some of the liquid blue screen prints still do pretty good.
Yeah. We found
not as good as the ones with tags, but they're still. I've sold a $50 screen print in liquid blue.
Yeah, they're good. We found a Pirates one, but the Pittsburgh Pirates, not a pirate, and it's a liquid blue screen printed Pittsburgh Pirate tie dye, and it's sweet, but it's the Pirates, and that sucks because it's the Pirates, and they're terrible. In a box in a garage. I was one of those dummies that collected Beanie Babies back in the day. Sold 3 totes in 2017 at my first and only yard sale for 25 cents each. Though for the tote or for the Beanie Baby per Beanie Baby.
At my flea market, they still sell the Beanie Babies for $1 each.
That's a reasonable. It's when you go in and you see the dye bear for $200 or even $20 is too much for the dye bear. Let's just be honest.
Or when you see it at the thrift store behind the glass for $200.
Yeah. My favorite is when they're in the plastic thing.
Yeah.
Whatever the holder. Yeah, they have like these holders that people bought for them, and you set the Beanie Baby in it. Those were my favorite ones. Was when they're in the plastic thing in the counter, and someone's like $500 for it, and you're like, "Why is that so much money?" And they're like, "Oh, there's an error on the tag," and I'm like, "All the tags have that error, dude."
Yeah, you gotta look at the tag, the butt tag, check if it has the PV. I mean, by the time you're doing that, it's still probably worth $8 because that frog had everything that.
Yeah,
all the errors on it, and still $8.
Yeah. Rosie's selling a video game collection for somebody on consignment right now. If T-shirts are anything like these old games, it's only going to get more wild. I hope so.
Yeah.
And what I've seen at my thrift stores too, and even at the flea markets, I wake up at 6 in the morning for my flea market. Sorry, long story.
That's okay.
Go ahead.
I wake up at 6 in the morning. I get ready. I try to leave my house at 6:30. I get to the flea market at 7. And there's always a vendor before I go to the one that I always go to. There's always a vendor that says clothing, 50 cents each. That one is always packed. So I'm assuming that they are set up like around 6 in the morning. And the really hardcore people, I'm guessing, they go and they actually start picking through everything. And I'm pretty sure they get the stuff from the bins also. But it just goes to show you that, the clothing it's saturated, but it's still selling really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If you know what you're looking for, you can do well with it. Even if you don't know what you're looking for, you can probably do well with it. But it's an interesting market. I'm curious to see where it's going to keep going. Rachel's here. Thanks for stopping by.
Hey, Rachel.
We appreciate it. She's digging the background. OMG.
This is cool.
This background is cool. Okay. I made it myself.
And it's awesome.
That's right.
Yeah.
I like it. What did I forgot? I forgot what Sarah called it. It has a specific name. I can't remember. She said it like 4 times on the live that one night. And,
was it like Vibe something? Vibe City? No, I don't remember.
She's sleeping. I can't remember. Oh,
Yeah.
oh yeah, Rachel. How are the cookbooks going? You went a little nutty with the cookbooks. Nice little. Oops. She says, "Oh my God, why am I listing them now? Why did I do this?" Uh, John's in the house. Hi, John. Thanks for
Hey,
stopping
John.
in. We appreciate you stopping by. Be gone, Osama. Jimmy Bin Laden.
Okay. Here. Is that better? No,
Oh.
okay.
Oh man, everybody's saying hi to everybody, so I'm just trying to.
Nice.
Just wanted to pop in to say hello. Heading out to work. Thank you so much, John. We appreciate you stopping by.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
Oh, geez. All right. Got some pickers from Canada, Toronto, Canada. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it, JD.
Hello, neighbors.
Neighbors. That's right. So,
Right.
well, the topic that I brought up on, with the three of us were talking back and forth this afternoon. I wanted to talk about it, and I know we got a lot of Poshmark sellers in the chat, so best time to talk about it. Ed and I both are on Poshmark and use the same program. And over the weekend, Poshmark did some updates, and apparently they messed up everybody's search results. So now, apparently, Poshmark, when you go to search something as a buyer, it comes up with recommended items rather than newly searched items. And that has tanked my sales. Like, we sold one thing over the weekend, which normally would be 8 things or 9 things on Poshmark. Ed, however, and Jimmy, I think you've gone up as well, haven't you?
I think so.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
both of them have jumped in Posh sales, and I have died in Posh sales, and I don't know why, and nobody could figure out why, and so yeah, and so I don't know. Does anybody have any thoughts, reasons why you think this? First of all, why'd they do it? If they're going to set their site up to be the way it is, why would they do something like that? And second question is how do you get your stuff in the recommended tab? Like, that is another thing we don't know. So,
well, I have 2 answers for that. Well, actually, I think I have an answer for both of them.
Wow.
So yeah, I've been actually, I wouldn't say watching videos, but more like reading it. And of course, there are people who are well known in the Posh community. The Posh Kings, they're, I guess, one of the most well knowns. And this is even affecting them from what I'm hearing. I don't really know anything. I don't watch their videos or nothing. But how do I explain it? So it happened when everything went to Posh Ambassador 2. That's when the change happened.
It seemed
I'm gonna guess that that's the reason, is because they want to promote people to go to Posh Ambassador 2, so they're giving them a lot more exposure. And that was actually one of the perks that they put in the in the listing or whatever when they were promoting that you would get more global in-app promotion or something like that. I forgot what it was. And so that's the reason why I think maybe I got a little bit more sales, because I mean, as you saw, I asked you for your closet, that way I can continuously share, because I only needed 2 more thousand. And then when after that happened, the next day is when, well, the weekend actually is when I got 3 sales instantly. I got 3 sales. I got 1 more, but they canceled, so I was mad about that, and I blocked them. And then and then there is no way you can actually change it, because that's something that Poshmark did, and nobody knows how you can get back onto that top page. Nobody knows, because I did just a little test. I put Under Armour green, and that's all I did. I was clicking on the first couple of listings. The first one shared 7 hours ago. Second one shared 14 seconds ago. The third one shared 7 days ago. So nobody knows how it works now. So maybe Rosie might know a lot more than I do, but I'm a Posh ambassador too. I don't know if Rosie is. I know you're trying to be a Posh ambassador, but you're just you're none. So maybe that's why it's affecting you. But nobody knows what the reason is, and supposedly Poshmark has done this before, and it was such a bad, I guess, test that they switched it back to just shared, and that's what everybody's trying to do now. It's like, Posh, put it back to just shared, because the way you're doing it now is completely screwing it. And I guess some buyers are actually noticing too that they're mad about it also, because you get sellers who are not even active, so they're not even commenting back. So it's just dead listings at the very top.
And that's the biggest problem is that people that may not be paying attention to Poshmark are getting sales and they don't even have the items. Like, I don't know. So Rachel says it should have always been this way, though. Just shared is so stupid. It is and it isn't. If that's what if they're gonna do it that way, people. I have bought software and I have something that helps me share things. Like, we're all set up to do it the way they want to do it, and we're doing it that way for a reason. So you can't just get rid of it and then be like, yeah, sorry about that. We're going to change the way we're doing things and put people that are basically the top tier at the top of the list. Like, that's just not fair. Like, how is somebody that's just going to start out in Poshmark, or even like what Jimmy's doing, he's restarting back into Poshmark. There's no benefit for you to like invest in some sharing software at this point. It's basically
not yet. Yeah.
Well, I mean, the only reason you would is to do what I'm doing, because we're not Posh ambassadors. So I blasted Ed and Rosie and you and a few other people I know, and I shared their closet because I'm trying to get all these metrics up so that I can become a Posh ambassador 1 and then go to be a Posh ambassador 2, so I can be like Ed and at the top of the list.
and see the thing about what Rachel said too is the just shared thing also, it shows you which closets are active also. It's like, do you really want to buy a closet that hasn't shared anything in 20 or so days? I mean, I could be wrong on that, but there's some people who quit Poshmark just like that because they're tired of the whole social aspect of it.
Right. And that's the biggest problem I see with it, is that you're going to get a lot of people buying things, and the person it's going to be like Jimmy's 2-year-old Beanie Baby. You're going to go, oh crap, I don't know if I have it. And then you're going to go look and see if you can find it. So,
I mean, my Posh is pretty easy. It's right here. So it's
I looked through your solds. I'm like, he's selling those slippers. That's for sure.
Yeah, but once you start putting all that clothing, you're gonna see how much it's gonna affect you.
Yeah, it's gonna start tomorrow, so be ready for that. You'll start seeing clothing is thrown on there. So
nice. Larry's here. Larry says hi.
Hey, Larry.
Hi, I'm Jimmy and Ed. Hey, Larry. Thanks for stopping by. Good keywords and filled out specifics could get you recommended. I don't think it has anything to do with it.
On Poshmark. On Poshmark, there are no other than just filling in the basic things. The only thing that would really matter, I guess, is your title, because everything else is just your basic stuff.
They have hashtags too, don't they? Or
oh yeah, but I mean,
you can only.
I don't think that's gonna do much.
Yeah. So here's the answer from. Well, first of all, we got Bearded PokeTuber said I tried to sign up for Posh yesterday and it kept telling me it was down and to try again later. Maybe they're gonna update it again. I think it's working now, though. It seems like it's working.
Yeah, I had to sell this a little bit ago, so.
So did we? Yeah.
It's sitting right here, already packed up.
And we had our great $8 offer on a $32 item, so that was awesome.
Yeah, I've had the $2 offers on the slippers. I'm like, no, man. I mean, if you offered me maybe $10, I'd get back my $6 I have in them. Come on, man.
Hey, but welcome to Poshmark, though.
It was fine.
The only thing with Poshmark is it's pretty easy to decline them. And you really aren't messing with your algorithm or matrix or anything like that. So it's not too bad just to decline them off the bat. But
at least the old algorithm, we don't know how the new one.
Yeah, we don't know what the new one does. So.
That's true.
Rosie says, "I've heard you're going to get recommended as. I heard you are going to get recommended as a Posh ambassador if you list a lot. A Posh ambassador if you list a lot, or if you're active on the site. That makes sense, and I'm on 2 of those.
So kind of like eBay's algorithm, then I guess.
Yeah, but again, now. Is Posh or VA going to become worthless at this point? Like, is there there's really no reason to have it. Once you become an ambassador and you've shared everybody's closet 5,000 times or whatever you need to do, there's no reason to have it if it's not going to get me back to the top of the page.
There is actually.
There is? Say hi to
because
Mark
for
Hi, Mark.
Hey, Mark. So, because remember, for Posh Ambassador 2, there are quarterly requirements. It's not yearly, it's not permanent.
Yeah. Okay.
So, so for the very part-timers who they list maybe a couple of 20 items every week, every month or so, because they're very part-time. The requirement for Posh Ambassador 2 is you have to have 250 listings, new listings listed every quarter. You have to share, I think, 5,000. You have to have 50 sales every quarter, and I forgot what the other one is, but there are quarterly requirements. And if you don't meet them, you get downgraded back to regular Posh Ambassador. And when I did my video, the one that blew up about Posh Ambassador 2, there was somebody that said that it feels like it's gonna be more like a marketing scheme now because you're basically getting levels now for Posh, and I don't know, maybe it is, maybe it isn't, I don't know.
Yeah, Rosie's not an ambassador 2, haven't gotten a referral yet, so.
Yeah, and that's the part that I said it was gonna be hard for some people to get the referral.
And I agree with you here, Rachel. I would rather it be based off of if you're listing than if you're sharing. I totally agree with that. And if they're going to go that road, that's fine. But then get rid of the whole sharing, following garbage, like, and go more of like a Macari route, where it's just, you know, titles and keywords and things, or eBay. I mean, because eBay doesn't really have followings; they have, you know, watchers, and I guess it's the same thing. But I guess you can follow somebody's store, but I don't know. Why? I guess if you're a hardcore seller, people really want to buy.
The only thing you get from that is an email every day saying it's like your saved person has new listings, and that's about it.
Yeah.
So, how do you see on the app my Ambassador 2 status? I don't think
you go to your. You can. Oh. So you go to your closet, you go to my Posh stats, and then if you already have the ability to, if you can become one, it'll show you the same way. It'll view your Posh Ambassador 2 progress, and it'll tell you what you need to do right there.
Yeah. If not on the app, on the website. If you click on your closet, and then your little, like, you know, your profile picture will be down here, and then your background will be there, and under your profile picture it'll say Posh, but not a Posh Ambassador. Click here to view your progress, and you click it, and it'll give you all the statistics that you need. Also, as someone who sources pretty regularly on Posh, it sucks. The recommended doesn't help with shipping items. Also true.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Let's see. Thoughts on the Super Bowl?
These two up here.
I mean, I not much. The commercials were not as good this year.
No.
A couple of them were pretty humorous, but they weren't good. The game itself was really, the first quarter was awesome. The second, third sucked, and the fourth was great. And that was it. So
right.
Yeah. And we've got already people saying no football. No football.
I mean, we were all talking before we went live about it. The Stafford no-looker was the best play ever. Probably that was awesome.
That you can quick football, that you can throw a ball that incredibly straight, not looking in the direction you're throwing it, is impressive. And then I'm done with football.
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds like you guys are riding the Poshmark wave. Sounds like you're right, Mark.
Well, I mean, we've been on Poshmark. I've been on Poshmark for a year now, so I got it before the wave, I guess.
Yeah. I guess the problem I have with it is that, and like, I don't know, it became our second best marketplace. Like, we were selling 4 to 5 things a day. And now we're back down to one, or we're back one every other day. And now so it's like, great. So I invested all this money into Poshmark, and now none of the stuff that I'm invested in is going to work really at this point. Because I mean, unless I want to become and stay a Posh Ambassador 2, there's no reason for me to have Posh or VA. Because if me sharing things all the time and me following people and doing all the stuff that VA doesn't actually do anything to help me sell things, it's not worth it.
Well, remember, like Rosie said, and it's a feature that we use the most is the offers to likers. So that's the reason why it'll still be worth it. But I think sharing might still be good, maybe in some aspect, because remember, Posh, they still want to be that social media aspect thing. So I think the share thing might still be important, but maybe they might snap out of whatever their head is right now. They'll go back to just shared.
I don't know what they're doing. They have a good system, like, and the people that are going to be very successful. And I'm not bragging about myself, and I'm not discounting anybody that doesn't do it. But the people that are going to make them the most money are the people that are going to invest in tools like this, and the people that are going to invest in tools like this are going to have a ton of listings. So it doesn't make sense to get rid of it. If you built this platform the way it is. Like, that would be like them all of a sudden introducing first-class mail into the system. Like, it takes away from the reason their platform is so successful and so welcomed by the buyers and the sellers. Like, and actually, Jimmy, you're relatively new back into Poshmark. Shipping is simple, right? Like, it's nowhere near as complicated as Facebook or as eBay.
No. Although I think if they introduce first-class mail, it might actually make them better.
No.
No.
I don't want them to do that. That's the point. Like,
Right.
it's so easy now. It saves all the crap. Like, you don't get people that are like, your shipping's too high. Like, that question is gone.
Yeah, it's gone.
Okay. They expect it.
Yeah, because these are actually going to Albuquerque. So
I see.
it's really,
Right.
you know, and like I said,
I mean,
I could use a priority box for them and send them out. You know, it's real nice.
Yeah. Will they fit in the shoebox?
Yeah. Yep. So that's exactly what they're in.
Yeah.
My favorite box right there.
I probably have like that much room where I just put some paper in there, you know, just
Yeah.
to hold it. But
So, I mean, I guess unless they're eating that money, then maybe that would be a reason for them to change. So, like, because if you ship that regular priority on eBay, just the way Jimmy's doing it. So, what are they, like 2 pounds? Basically?
yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. So, they're 2 pounds to Albuquerque, and that box would be $12. On Posh,
Right.
it's $7.95. So, unless they're eating that money, and then that's a reason for them to change it.
I don't know. Rosie just said that they are making money off the current shipping, so I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know, Bearded PokeTuber. Are Joey and Drew not on? I'm not sure.
No idea.
Not tonight, apparently. So I guess not.
This is our time slot now.
That's right.
I'm trying.
When they lose the sticky gloves in football again, they'll have my respect. Okay, there you go. Let's see. We've been begging them for years to get rid of the constant sharing. Yeah, we have.
I mean, I can see the reason behind it, but it is annoying when you don't have things that we have that can help us.
Right. And that's, I don't think we're really using a bot more than we're just doing something that we can't, I mean, we could do, but, well, I guess we are using a bot. I guess we are. Yeah. They already make money off carry shipping. They're not going to change it. Yeah, that's probably true. Most of them already have basketball players. Oh, yeah, okay. Back to we can't get into football, Drew. Your wife.
No football, please. Okay.
Jimmy could not see the box roll of tape on the. Jimmy could not see the box.
You make fun of all my tape I use. Okay.
You're not. That's child's play compared to Ed.
Man, have you seen my taping game?
Yes, we have.
Again, it's like 15 degrees when I set this box outside, so I always tape just so no moisture gets inside the boxes. So
yeah, it's your child's play compared to Ed's use of tape.
Mine's pass as a Christmas present.
That was crazy.
Ed almost builds a box out of tape.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because when he sent me that picture, I was like, "Yeah, Ed, you win. Never mind."
Let's see. Their last earnings call said they made a bunch of money from shipping overall. Okay. We aren't using a bot. Wait, yes, we are using a bot. I mean, I guess it is. I mean, we're basically having this program do what we don't have time to do, and it's a.
I mean, we have the time, but we don't want to do it.
But essentially, I mean, let me put it this way, Rachel. It is a bot, but in a lot of ways, it's something that a human could do. Like I could hire somebody to do what this program does, and they could do it. They could set themselves a schedule and share it every, certain amount of time every day, and they could do all of this stuff. Like this isn't something that's doing something so fast that a human couldn't do it. It's just doing it for me, so I don't. I can go get more stuff to put on Poshmark. So, I mean, that's
you can set it to go that fast, but you don't want to because then that's just a dead giveaway.
That's right. In fact, when I was sharing your guys' closet this afternoon, I picked my computer back. I'm like, it's not done yet? Jeez, what's taking so long? So, you're a bot.
I mean, for how much I have, yeah, I do it myself. But
yeah, I mean, you have no reason to get it.
I'm re-putting all my stuff back on there. But yeah, once I get to like as many items I have on eBay on there, I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to have time to share every single one.
Once you get over 100, it becomes pretty difficult to keep up.
And that's what I'm going to do. If I get to 100, which I have enough stuff to do it, so I'm going to.
Wait, I forgot. You guys are not Posh ambassadors, right?
I am not.
That makes sense. So you guys still don't have the bulk sharing option that's already built into Poshmark then?
No, I had it. You mean where you just touch the... You just go ding, 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 ding,
yeah. The way I showed you before, remember?
Yeah. No, we could do it.
I was going to say, do you have an Android or an Apple, Jimmy?
I have Android.
Okay, because I guess with iPhones you can't do it, because the way that I would used to do it before, I would just have my phone down and I would use my 4 fingers and tap every button, and I was able to share about I was able to click on all of them, which was I think around 750 listings. I was able to finish that in about 6-7 minutes, and it would take about another 6-7 minutes to share that way. I mean, it still work that I didn't want to do, but at 100 you could probably still do it that way. So that's the way that I was doing it.
When I touch both of my fingers onto my phone, it won't, like, I have to time the touch screen to where like one finger drops and then the other finger drops, or else it won't register, and it will think if I do it at the same time, it will only click one of them anyways. Whereas your phone, you can just go ding 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 with both fingers all the way down.
So even with 100 listings, if you get that bulk sharing feature on Poshmark, you'll still be fine. I think like around, if you don't want to do the hard work anymore, maybe around 500 listings might be good enough to probably get Poshmark VA.
Yeah. The only thing with Poshmark VA that's nice is that you can schedule it. And you can schedule it, like, my times are scheduled very specifically so that, like, I do one at noon because it coincides with people's lunches. I do one at 7 o'clock because that's typically after dinner. I do one around, like, 10 o'clock or 11 or something because that's typically when people are starting to wind down from the day. So, like, that's kind of the cool thing about Poshmark VA. But it doesn't matter anymore because it's up. Mark says that's military. That is packed military grade. That's the way to go. Bots bad, NFTs good. Maybe. You're still going around the system. I know. Jeez, we got a lover's quarrel on Valentine's Day. Your mom's a bot, Drew Strickland. Oh, look at this. In the comeback, your mom wishes she was a bot, Rachel. Oh, man.
They act like they're married or something.
I know. It's like, you two need to do like a live show every week and just bicker. It would be hysterical. Poshmark VA and services like that, people used actual digital assistants, like people in India who were paid per share. Yeah, and that's what Hammock does. Is I don't think they offer any like sharing features or anything like that, but they do offer, certain virtual assistant features that some person's just doing it. So it could be done. It's just not that cheaply. Not for $24 a month.
I can't talk about it.
That's right, you can't. Every week I sell postcards that I've listed years ago to ones that have just listed no end and no relist, stuff like that. They just sell. Sure. We already watch a couple who does that live show bickering on Thursdays. Who's that? I don't know what you're talking about. we have no idea what you... Yeah.
Well, it's funnier if you see it in real life. Just saying.
I bet.
It was, and then I get in trouble for laughing, by Jen. She's like, "What are you laughing about?" I'm like, "My bad."
It is funny. There are times where we bicker and I start laughing, and then she's like, "What are you laughing about?" Like, nothing. So, Rosie says, "Any good pickups this weekend?" You guys want to start off with that?
Well,
yeah.
What did I get? The only one that I can remember right now is a pair of rollerblades or roller skates. So I'm dabbling in that for the first time, and there's none listed. I put the actual name of the skates, not just the style number, so that way it brought up everything related to that. And there was none listed, but there was one sold for $100 plus I think like $40 shipping.
Nice.
So that was good. That's the only thing I remember that I got that's good.
Nice.
Oh, and a pair of Nike Air Force Ones that supposedly are worth almost $20.
Whoa.
I think. Let me get them really quick. Actually, maybe you might know what they are, Adam.
I might.
Give me a minute.
What about you, Joe?
Yeah, I picked up a North Face 550 jacket that should bring about $50 to $60. I got it at the bins. That looks pretty much brand new.
Is that a puffer jacket? Or like the down. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It's got the down feathers in it. Yeah, it's real nice.
Those are cool. Would you look
Wish it was the 700 though. To be honest with you.
Yeah, the 700 is the way to go.
So, I mean, that's just what it is. So,
What are they old? Or are they new?
No, they're modern. But that's just what I saw with the sole comps, so.
Yeah.
But they're size 10, so.
Hey, good size.
That's a good size. Yeah, that's a good size too. Yeah.
Yeah, those things
So
are sweet.
I'm gonna do more research on it before I post them, but that's what I saw when I was doing my live. So
I would believe it. I found a dark blue pair of high tops that I was looking at, and they were on Shop Goodwill, and I wasn't paying attention whenever the auction closed, but I lost them for $54, and they needed cleaned. So, I mean, if they're going for $54 on Shop Goodwill, and they needed cleaned, you're probably looking at close to $150 for those.
Yeah, these are super clean. There's probably just like a little quick wipe down, then I'll be fine.
Yeah,
well,
impressive.
With the white stuff, magic erasers work pretty well on it. Actually, I got to go get something because I want the group's opinion on it. So, yeah, talk about the shoes because I wanted to grab it, and I forgot.
All right,
Ed, you're up.
All right, well, I want your opinion, Jimmy. What do you think? So I was gonna make a video about it anyways, more later down the line, probably whenever I can. But so I got a return on Poshmark, and the returns on Poshmark, they're pretty good for sellers in my opinion. They can't return it for fit. Well, that's usually the only one. Item not as described and whatever. They can still open a case. Right. But so I got a pair of shoes. It was a pair of On Clouds. They were beat up. They were not in the best condition at all. I directly showed that there was a tear in the toe area, no insoles, and just that kind of stuff. So and then the buyer opens up a case saying, "Hey, I didn't see this. Should the exact same damage that I saw that she put as the case, same pictures that were in my listing." So and then she was being really nasty, and I said, "I was like, hey, that's what it is, hi Poshmark, blah blah blah," and in the end, I just referred to Poshmark policy saying as like, Poshmark policy says that you cannot return if for fit or buyer remorse or whatever, and Poshmark ruled in my favor.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. She said that she bought multiple of those shoes, and that it was probably her fault that she didn't see that, but she still wants to return the shoes because she didn't see the obvious pictures and she didn't see the obvious description. Was I being petty or what? Like, no, so should I done good customer support and just accept the return, or do what I did is I fought it basically?
No, I wouldn't, because if you took the time and showed all the damages of that shoe, they should have clicked and looked at all the pictures.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna do a better video because this was like a little explanation. I was all around right now too. What happened?
What'd you have them listed for?
It was $50 plus shipping. So
okay. So that's
so it's a good amount of money, and I even show that these were not in the best condition at all. They're basically like beater shoes to just train for, like I told you, like a marathon or something, but yeah.
I mean, if they were in better shape, you would have had a better price on them. So I mean,
oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
I was a runner, so yeah. I mean, $50 pair of shoes, you're going to get $50 worth out of them. So,
well, that's right. And then what Marketplace Boutique just said, I actually said too in the return thing that it's like, if they don't like it, they're always more welcome to reposh it and use my pictures and do whatever so they could get their money back.
Yeah, so back to that, I actually ripped a pair of Brooks running because I was doing a trail race and I caught it on a stick. So I actually bought a pair like those type of shoes that were kind of damaged because I needed the other shoe because I ripped mine. So I would have paid the $50 instead of buying another pair of brand new shoes. So.
Yeah, so like I said, I'm gonna do a more detailed videos because after the case is resolved, you can't see the messages no more. So I was like, thankfully I did a screenshot, so I'll be able to actually go into more detail. But I was like, how is that my fault that you didn't see the obvious description and the obvious pictures, like me pointing at the damage?
Yeah, people don't look at the picture. So I had a lady this afternoon. Well, I don't know if it's a lady or a guy actually, because screen name didn't really tell me, but they left a comment on we had a vintage St. Mary's reverse weave, champion reverse weave sweatshirt. And they left a message and they were like, dimensions please. And I'm like, it's pictures 4, 5, and 6. And then all of a sudden I got a offer for $2 less than the we were asking. And I'm like, yeah, I'll accept that. Right. But I didn't get whoops. So what I'm saying is that like a lot, and this happens frequently because Sarah always puts a ruler down and does pit to pit measurement and then collar to hem. And we get this question all the time. People are like, dimensions. And it's like, we have them on every bit of clothing. And I'm always like, picture 7 and 8. And they're like, oh yeah, sorry about that. And so they look at the first picture and then they ask questions. And it's like, you should really look through these pictures because there was, Sarah's pointing at a stain or pointing at a hole or whatever. And it's like, you need to know that, just because it's cheap doesn't mean it's in perfect shape.
But I mean, on Poshmark, on both the computer and the app, you actually have to look through all the pictures before you even get to the description, though.
Right. So why didn't she notice, or he notice? Like, if there's a big ruler laying across the front of the thing, you think you'd notice. But this is something actually that we didn't talk about earlier, but I want to discuss it now. Do you guys get people asking measurements on the dumbest things? Like, yeah. I know Rachel did recently. She had somebody ask for measurements of a teacup. And it's like, one, why do you care? Two, it's teacup size. Like, it's the size of a teacup. But
the only measurements I get asked for is usually during the Christmas times. Is those little nativity sets that I keep showing you that are good. But that's because I always forget to actually put the measurements near them. So that's the only ones I get. But every time when they ask for a shoe, I just give them that face that you do, Adam. Like, and then there's like, well, I'm not gonna do that. And then for clothing, I get that, and I always tell them the measurements are in the last picture, and then most of the time I never hear back from them.
Yeah. What about you, Jimmy? Do you get measurements from weird stuff?
Oh yeah, especially like when I was selling jeans, like a pair of like 31 by 32s. They're like, "Can you measure the inseam?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, but okay." I mean,
what size do you think it's going to be? 46.
Right. Well, no, the funniest. So I'll mention shoes. I don't really like selling shoes, but I will. I mean, obviously, but
yeah,
I think I had a pair size 8.5, and they wanted to know if they fit true to size. I'm like, I don't know, man. I wear a 14. So what do you tell somebody?
Right.
I said, I could measure the insole for you. And I did. And the person was like, oh, perfect. They work. I'm like, okay.
Well, actually, when they ask for that, I actually do look it up because some of them actually are larger than regular. And then, others are more narrow and that kind of stuff. But most of the time they're true to fit. So
yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know. I mean, I guess my big thing with like shoe sizes and things, like, okay, so I'm not going to buy a pair of used shoes, just because I like the look of them. Like, if I'm buying a pair of used shoes, I either own another pair, have owned a pair of them, or I've tried on a pair just like them in the store. Like, that's the only way I'm buying a used pair of shoes online. Like, I'm not going to take a gamble and buy a pair of Pumas that may or may not fit me correctly. You know what I mean? Or something that I never had. And that's kind of like the gamble you take when you buy stuff like that. But in the same respect, like, I'm not going to be able to really judge anything by measurements because, like, I don't know what the pit-to-pit measurement of this shirt is. I know it fits me. I don't know what the heel-to-toe measurement of my shoes are. I know they're 13s, and I know most 13s fit me unless they're like a narrow 13, like a, I don't know, like some, like, not like Chucks, because Chucks do fit me, but like, how Puma and Adidas make like almost like a Chuck-looking shoe where it's flat. Yeah. Those ones don't fit me very well because they're a little too narrow, and I know that. So it's just, I don't know. To me, I would never buy something like that. So Rachel says, real life, a teacup. That's what size is. Somebody asked us the size of a Cabbage Patch doll. Like, they sent us a message. They're like, what are the dimensions of this doll? And I'm like, if you don't know the size of a Cabbage Patch doll, you probably shouldn't be buying a Cabbage Patch doll. Like, it's just...
And I've had those Squishmallow measurements too, but I'm like, they classify it as 8 inches, but sometimes they're bigger than that. Sometimes they're smaller than that. I don't know. I'm just doing what it says 8 on the back of it, right? That's all I could give you,
There we go. But what does it matter if this doll is 12 inches tall or 10? Like, are you putting it on a shelf that it could only hold a 10-inch doll? Like, what are you doing that you need to know the measurements of a Cabbage Patch? Like, I just need to know.
I mean, it could be. What if it doesn't fit that 12-inch?
Then you're stuck with a Cabbage Patch. I mean, if you're buying a Cabbage Patch and and you're putting it on a shelf somewhere, and it's not going to fit your shelf, I'm betting you're the type of person that can find another place to put that doll that will fit. Just a guess. But
well, quick question for you guys: do you guys know the difference between a 2X and a 2XL?
2X and a 2XL. What?
Yeah, like a shirt.
A shirt.
I didn't know there was a difference.
There is.
Ooh, okay.
Do you know, Jimmy?
I didn't know there was. I know there's a difference between a 2XLT. I mean, but
and I mean, the reason I want to ask it was because I actually saw it on one of the Facebook groups that Poshmark approved a return because on the listing, on the picture it says XXL, so 2XL, but on the size that the seller put, they put 2X. 2X is for big and tall, while 2XL is regular size.
Okay,
yeah, that makes sense.
So it's just like
you're not talking about a 2XLT, right?
I mean, I think it could be the same thing, but I know that 2X is for big and tall people, so maybe for men they might put the 2XLT. I mean, Rosie might know better than me, but I think for women they put 2X.
I actually know. So 2XL, by the way, Drew says anybody who hasn't made a sale, hit the like button. It'll help you get a sale. 2XLTs I actually like because they're longer.
Mm-hmm.
So like 2Xs fit me, but they're like right at waistline. So like if I were to lean back, like you'd see, half of me. So like 2Xs fit me just fine, but my torso's long. So like they just kind of, depending on the shirt, they just kind of sit right at my waistline. So I tend to buy 3Xs just because they're longer. But like most of the time 3Xs are big on me because like the sleeves come down below my elbows and stuff. But I buy the 3Xs because they're longer. The 2XLTs will fit me, but not a lot of places make 2XLTs. Most of them make just 2Xs, and the 2Xs typically aren't. And then it also depends on what kind of fabric they're made out of. If it's cheap stuff and it shrinks, then it's going to get smaller. And it's just like that shirt Jimmy sent me was a 3XL and it didn't fit me at all. It was like super tight on me.
I was bummed too, man.
Yeah. So
yeah, it was just something interesting I saw because like, wow, that can actually be approved as a return for item not as described because it technically is the wrong size.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting though. Rosie says I just ignore all of those. Maybe that's why my sales are down. It's hard not to ignore them because most of them are complete crap. But like, and most of them are just people offering money or whatever, and they're just terrible. But yeah, with something like that, it's easy for me to get back to them, and I kind of want to make them feel stupid. So I'm like, hey, it's in the pictures already, dude. Like,
right.
Action figure collectors will ask size as they want to put them in cases. See, but that makes sense to me. Like an action figure, because some action figures could be minis, they could be large ones, whatever. That makes sense to me. But like, I don't know, like a teacup. What do you care? I mean, if they would have asked how many ounces it is, again, a valid question. But the dimensions of the base and that's just stupid.
Right.
Rosie says in women's clothing, straight sizing XS through XXL. Plus sizes start at 1X, so a 2X shirt is a plus size, whereas an XXL is just a regular
size
shirt. Interesting.
So it does make a big difference, and you put the wrong one, you could get a proof of return because it was not as described.
But wait a minute. This is throwing me off here. And Bearded PokeTuber is the same thing. So XXL and 2XL are actually different sizes.
No. So XXL is the same thing as 2XL. It's just that they put the number 2 to say how many X's there are, and then 2X is just for big and tall sizes, as Rosie said, for plus sizes.
Right. So now I'm really lost.
Which part?
Jimmy, do you got this? Because I don't got it.
No.
Okay. So, all right, here we go. Rosie's back at it. 2X and XXL and 2XL are different sizes. How?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want to know, because it's my understanding that 2X is just the abbreviation for XXL.
Well, I think that's just what people do to shorten the wording, I guess, because everyone's like, "Oh, what size are you?" I was like, "Oh, I'm just a 2X." But in actuality, 2X is an actual size for women's clothing. I don't know about men's, because 2X is plus size for women, but 2XL is regular size. The XXL is just how you, I guess, normally do it, but people abbreviate it as just 2XL instead of saying, "Oh, I'm an XXL." Instead, they just say, "I'm a 2XL."
Right.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
No, you got it. She says she's saying the same thing. No, in plus sizes they use 0X, 1X, 2X, and 3X. Okay.
So if you ever see a woman's clothing or anything that just has the letter and then an X, that's plus size. But if you see that it has an L after it, that's regular size.
Now, is this only for women's clothing, or is this for men's too?
I think it's for women's. I don't know about men's. For men's, I usually see the T next to it, but then there are some that say big and tall. So I mean, I don't know about that, unfortunately.
Okay, we're all getting it now. We're all having the
Yeah, now I got it. Now
everybody's
got
it now.
That's what I was thinking in my head. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I'm just saying, because if you ever get a shirt and somebody opens a return for you, it's like, wait, but that's the correct size. Well, it's like, I don't want you guys to get a return for that.
Well, I'm glad you said something, because I would have just naturally assumed they were like a 2X would be an XXL. It's just a different way of putting it on a tag, is what I thought. I would have never thought.
That's why I don't like doing women's clothing, because it's just so different. It's like, what is what? It's just a 2XL.
So I have one more. I have one more question for Rosie and you now. Will you ever see a unisex shirt labeled 2X?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I think that might just be a women thing then, because I know for big and tall men, they actually put big and tall, or they have that T after it.
That makes sense. I think I got it now. I think I got it. We'll wait on Rosie's answer. In the meantime, guys, go over. I'm going to put this up now. Jennifer's been great to all of you. Here's Jennifer's PayPal, or buy her a coffee. Either way, support our mod. We appreciate Jennifer being here, and
yes.
There's her PayPal address if anybody wants to buy her coffee or a beer or a bottle of champagne or a new car. If you want to buy her a new car, you can do that too. Just go jump on over
or,
there.
A parking spot at SoFi.
There's a parking spot at SoFi. Buy her some Super Bowl tickets for next year. Whatever. Or you could buy them for us. I mean, me and Jimmy will figure out a way to get there, I'm sure. Ed can come along if he really wants to, and I'm sure there's good food there.
And I believe it's in Vegas, so we're good. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, no, I'm in. I'm in for that. Jennifer Hayes just got a GoPro, so stay tuned.
Oh, that's exciting. That's awesome.
Exciting. I'm pretty excited. Well, you can get her, buy her a memory card for a GoPro right there.
I mean, so I get a lot of the measurements, but like you said, Sarah is very deep. Like I've looked at your guys' listings too. I mean, we all do, but yeah, I get it because in vintage extra large, like this is true vintage extra large, but this fits like a large, so I can't wear it. So that Dell Earnhardt I had was a 2X, the XXL. It fits like an extra large, so it's weird, I get why they want it, but I'm like, if she's already doing that for you, why are you asking? I mean,
I got it wrong. JD got the new GoPro, not Jennifer. He was just responding to Jennifer. I just got a new GoPro. My bad.
Well, I got it.
Somebody go and buy Jennifer a GoPro then. There's her PayPal address.
Exactly.
Support our moderator.
Exactly. Yeah.
JD's going to make us some videos maybe. There we go. And Rosie's got it too. Yeah, I think unisex is just men's sizing, which is 2XL, 3XL, 4XL, and BT usually has a T. Got it. I think we
so for men's it always has a T if it's big and tall then.
Yeah. That
Yes.
makes sense. Okay. Got it now. Drew wants a new car, so if you want to send
Same.
Drew, if you want to send your PayPal address to me, I'll put it up there for people to buy you a new car. I'm sure somebody in the chat will throw you up some money for a car. So what I wanted to go get. Has anybody tried this?
The original shoe cleaner.
No, what is
It's
it?
apparently it's so the people at the bins that buy a lot of shoes from and you've like the shoes that we buy at our bins, and I think Jimmy, you're in the same boat.
Yep.
They're disgusting and they're just
Oh, yeah.
you got to clean.
They're-
Like
yeah,
I soak them in
they're
Oxy,
nasty. Yeah.
and they come out really good. So it's like pink, and this cap is not screwed on, so it's almost gonna dump everywhere. But apparently, like the people at the bins that we go to all the time say this stuff works really well, and it comes with a brush here. They say this stuff works really well, so I was just curious if anybody's ever tried it. I'd be curious to know if we just wasted money on it or not.
Is that for the sidewalls and the top, or is it for the soles?
It says cleans and conditions all leather, vinyl, and suede sports shoes. Contains gentle, non-abrasive cleaning agents. On all washable, meaning you can wet and lightly scrub the fabric, is what it says. So anything that you could basically get wet. Then it says then apply a small amount of the pink miracle to the brush. Start scrubbing in the toughest areas, and scrub throughout the shoe. So I imagine it's pretty much anything except for like,
Canvas?
like no, it said canvas is good. Oh, no, it didn't say canvas. I don't see why canvas would be a problem. You can get canvas wet.
Yeah.
I would think like fine leather shoes would be out.
Yeah.
Let me know how it works.
Yeah, I would say I probably wouldn't use those on like Jordan 13s or anything. Maybe the bottoms or something, but
It says you're okay with all leather, vinyl, and suede sports shoes.
oof. Still scary though to do it, but hey.
I mean, yeah, no, if they're super expensive Jordans, I'm not gonna. Well, I mean, here's the thing: if I find a pair of Jordans that's wrecked,
Yeah,
I'm probably not
going
to pay a lot of money.
Do
Yeah.
it. Yeah, do it.
So,
I mean, I'm not.
Like,
I
Cameron
sold
has
it.
tried it, and he said he's used it. That it's really good.
There you go, Cameron. There you go.
I've used it; it works very well. A little bit goes a long way. Okay, thank you.
So, where do you get that stuff
Yeah,
at?
that's what I was gonna say. Where do you get it?
I believe Sarah got it on Amazon. Would be my
How
guess.
much was
Okay.
it?
I don't know. Let's find out. We'll look right now.
Let's see. But yeah, and then Bearded Poketour said the grandma sneaker cleaner. That's what Rinzi and I think Dealing with Dalton also use. I think
Yeah.
Ohio Thrifters do also.
The original shoe cleaner is what it's called. The original shoe cleaner. How much is it? It looks like for the small 8-ounce bottle, it is $22.97.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, but
I mean,
if you're
it-
using a little bit, that's like
Yeah.
perfect, you know.
Well, they make a bigger bottle for $33, and it also comes with the Forest Fresh Pine Scent.
So for $10 more, you get the another bottle.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Did Jimmy leave?
Oh.
I just got some grandma's shoe cleaner 2 days ago. First couple pairs I used on it come out great. Okay, interesting. We got more secret cleaner for grandma's secret, so maybe we'll have to try that. Use it on your beards, Jimmy and Adam. Pink is a good color. Thanks.
Thanks, Mark.
Yeah, appreciate it, buddy. Yeah, Angie's Oddity says magic erasers all we use. See, I've been using magic erasers on shoes too, but like, I don't think I have a pair around here, but like, you know how like the sidewalls of some of them have like a little abrasion on them? It destroys that magic eraser, and then you're like, you've just got chunks of magic eraser flying off as
See how nasty these things are? These came from the bins.
Yeah, those are pretty nasty.
That's probably what that
But
would
the
be
bottoms
probably
are
when
like
you want to
perfect,
use it.
you know. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what's said. But like I said, I paid
Take
$1.25 at the bins for these, you know.
Yeah.
And
Take the-
Go ahead.
Do what I did, man. Take the insoles out of them,
Yeah.
soak them in OxyClean white
Which-
or OxyClean safe with colors, and just sit them in there. The only
Yeah,
problem
that's
you're
all
going to have is trying to keep the shoes submerged
Yeah.
because they float. So you're like, we tried shoving things in them, and like then it just kind of turns, and then the thing falls out, and like it's, yeah.
No, they're not leather.
Rosie's.
Nope.
Jennifer, are they supposed to be white?
I mean, you guys are lucky that your bins are so much more calmer than mine. I would definitely love to go to the bins and get some shoes from there, but
there's gotta be a Goodwill bins that's within an hour of you that you can get to that you're not going to get murdered at.
Nope. So the LA bins for me, it's about, I'd say, what, a good 40, 50 minutes away from me without traffic. Yeah. And there's people already waiting there anyways. And the next one is it's a lot further out. I forgot exactly where, but it's a lot further out than that one. So that's the closest one I have, and it's not really worth the trip in my opinion. Because like I said, last time everybody was going crazy with the new bins. Everybody's crazy about the clothing right there. But when it comes to the shoes, I didn't see that many people with the shoes. But then I saw another reseller who's here in California also. It's Hustle Q. He did a video about the bins, and I don't know if you guys saw it, but yeah, people were storming the new bins. But he was at the shoe bins, and there were people there too. So I mean, I don't know how it is, and I really just don't want to go back and try because I could be wasting my time, or I don't want to get stabbed.
Yeah,
I would take the chance.
So Ed's next live video will be like, he'll have the hospital bracelet still on. Like, I got some really good shoes, but I got a stab wound.
Worth it.
Check out these
That'd be a good thumbnail, right?
Yeah. You in the gown laying there with the IV. I went to the Goodwill bins in LA.
Or this see what made these white shoes red.
Yeah, that's right. JD's got Jimmy said got to be careful of the paint on the midsole with those, so don't throw them in the washing machine.
Yeah.
Rosie would still throw them in the washing machine, stain remover on the upper, and then just a small amount of detergent. They'll come out great. Interesting. I've never thrown a pair of shoes in the washing machine. I mean, I guess it would work. I don't see why it wouldn't.
I mean, I threw my Hey Dudes in there, but you can wash those normal. So
yeah. Bearded Poketuber has the same problem. Closest bins is over 60 miles and a whole state away. Yeah, that's
I mean, my bins is an hour away, so
Mark's got a good one for you too. This is another good idea. Strap him to the top of the car and go to the car wash.
Sorry, guys. I think my headphones disconnected for a minute.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah, I mean that could work out. Except on the dryer portion, that might be the problem because
that thing's gonna break the back person's window.
Or
better thumbnail.
Yeah, I run them through the car wash, and then I come home and I use the leaf blower on them.
There you go.
See,
I forgot which. It was a long time ago when I was getting into shoes. Somebody actually makeshift like a big old pole with a bunch of poles sticking up with a leaf blower attached at the end, so they could blow dry everything dry.
Smart.
You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about?
Super smart too. Yeah.
Like I think if with the space that you kind of have, Adam, you could definitely do it, but you need like a really big space. Yeah.
Yeah, not in the winter.
Yeah, same.
You just have a frozen shoe sitting out there.
It's worth it.
Special edition.
That's right. Great thumbnail. This me holding a block of ice with a Jordan in the middle of it. That would be great. Rosie said she's only ruined one pair of shoes that she's washed. Anything that isn't leather for over a year. Interesting. Massachusetts closest bins into New Hampshire. I had a viewer ask me today how close we are to the bins, and I said I think we're like 12 miles from the bins, and they're like, "You're so lucky." I'm like, "Really?" don't seem. I mean, but I guess it is. I mean, I just did maybe it's Pittsburgh, but we had 3 at one, or no, we had 4 at one. 4 Goodwill bins within 2 hours of my house at one point. And then now we're down to 1 closed, so now we're down to 3. But the 4th one is actually not in Pennsylvania; it's down in Youngstown, or not Youngstown. Where's Jen from?
Morgantown.
Morgantown. Yeah, so it's down in Morgantown, but it's still within 45 minutes of my house. And everyone, and you've got Dayton, and isn't there another one near you?
No, it'd been closer to John, Cincinnati. It's like Sharonville. Okay. But I mean, it seems like our bins are in the big cities of Ohio, so that's pretty much where they're at. I mean,
yeah.
The Columbus one's nice because it's got the store actually tied to it, so it's a little bit different. So. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead, Ed.
The closest bins to me is 16 miles away. No, I'm not to get stabbed. the next closest one is 52 miles away.
Wow.
Okay. No, I'm sorry. 60 miles, and then the next one is 30 miles, and then 52 miles. But the other city, they're not as good. It's a Panorama City. I don't know if you know that area, Adam.
Yeah. Well,
it's not good either. It's not good either. And then the other one is in San Bernardino, which is definitely not good.
Well, wait, what part of San Bernardino? Because it could be the rich part of San Bernardino.
That's what, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never been to it, so maybe I'll check it out one day.
There you go.
And apparently, we have a Goodwill auction here that I didn't know about. A Goodwill auction and outlet store.
See?
I'm gonna check it out.
There you go. Ed's gonna be the new good. What is a Goodwill auction store, though? Is it what I think it is?
I'm gonna guess it is what you think, because I've never even heard of it.
Can you buy pallets?
I'm gonna check right now. Actually, let me see. You guys talk amongst yourselves.
Are we gonna? Is next Monday Night Live gonna be live from Ed's house?
Yeah.
Hey, you can get pallets.
Oh man! All right, well, guys. Jen, I'm gonna be. If you're listening, I'm gonna be buying another airplane ticket soon. I will be.
Oh man, the area does not look good at all.
Driving back.
Halfies.
The area kind of looks like Skid Row, if that gives you an image, Adam.
Oh, great.
Let's see.
Yeah, but
that's all right.
I don't know that there aren't any current pictures. So
if we can get a U-Haul in there, we'll be fine.
I mean, yeah,
I'll check it out.
We'll drop my half off at my house, and then I'll pay you the difference to finish it off and dropping it off in Pittsburgh somewhere. You know, it's worth it.
You ever try to do that? That's expensive.
I have, yeah.
75 cents a mile, and then they charge you extra to drop it off in another state, and so it's going to be like a $2,000.
Okay, I'll go through work, and then we'll get the Enterprise rent a truck, get the full box truck with the lift gate, perfect, and then I'll just borrow.
I don't have a CDL.
You use your regular license.
Oh, okay.
It's fine. And then I'll just borrow the fork, the pallet jack, so it's perfect.
We got this all planned out. We'll be there. We'll be there on Monday.
Sounds good. I'll be right here.
That's right.
By the way, do you guys have a Salvation Army bins? I know they have some in some states.
No,
but I would love that. Yeah, we just have the stores, I believe.
I know some places they do have it. I just don't know which states they are. I know we don't have one here in California.
You think they would? They have those little, like, I don't know if they have them. I know they have them in Ohio, but I don't know if they have them in California. Like the little like boxes on the side of the road or in people's parking lots where it's like Salvation Army, just drop your crap off here and we'll come pick it up later. Like they have so many donations. They're probably, I would say they're either number one or number two as far as where people donate. You know, as far as
it is number two.
You think it's number? You think
definitely number two? One? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but you would think they would have a bin store somewhere, but I've never seen one. I've seen their warehouses. Like there's a warehouse in Cleveland. There's a warehouse right outside of Pittsburgh, and I've seen both of them. And their warehouses have got to be like, I need to be in that warehouse. Like I'm sure it'll be awesome. But
Angie has a Salvation Army, and she said it was gross. Yeah. Like I want to know, is it grosser than the Goodwill bins then?
Yeah. Bearded PokeTuber all the way east. I usually source Salvation Armies. Have a good amount of them all around me. Even have one like 4 houses down. Interesting.
Nice.
Yeah, I'd be there all the time if it was fun. That would be the best. Salvation Armies for the most part are all kind of gross. I think the one near Cleveland that we went to was a little frightening. Like everybody's been to this thrift store, and this was one of them. I walked over the toy aisle, and it's like the people that stock the shelves are just like piling stuff on top of the top shelf, and then they're jamming things into like different areas on the lower shelves, and that's all it was. Yeah. Like, and then there was stuff on the floor because they ran out of shelf space, and it's just, you're like, maybe it's time to purge some of this and maybe send it somewhere else. So
Right.
I mean, the Salvation Army, their prices, I guess it depends, but their prices are a little bit more reasonable than Goodwill. But yeah, they're some of the places that you go to, they're really nasty.
yeah, Salvation Army. I don't know. Salvation Army for me, like we get like Jimmy, I know you do this when you go to thrift stores now. You just kind of click through all the T-shirts as fast as you can and kind of look at them. And I've noticed Salvation Army is like notorious for like the local whatever T-shirts, like the cancer run and the band T-shirt, and like there's just thousands of them, and you guys got to sort through them. Whereas Goodwill doesn't have a lot of that, so I appreciate that. But other than that,
I think those they probably just dump them at the bins.
Look at that. There's
Savers really
in a few places.
I'm thinking next year road trips.
Thinking you're probably right. Amazon, you said it was cramped, dirty, and in a bad area of town. It was in Madison. Interesting. The Salvation I was in was gross too. Goodwill bins are nice and near. Sometimes I hit it multiple times a day. The one right down the road. My regular Goodwill ain't the best either, but it's better than the Salvation Army store. That's true.
Yeah.
That's weird.
JD's onto something here too. Yeah, I find that Salvation Armies don't look up a lot of stuff like Goodwill's.
But their shoes are way overpriced. It's bad.
I have never bought a pair of shoes at a Salvation Army, I don't think.
The only time I bought it was during the Black Friday sale where it was, I think, 75% off. I don't know why 75% off, but that is the only time I got it because they want like $30, $35 a pair. It's crazy.
I got a good story for you. We went to that red, white, and blue thrift store that we go to all the time, and there was a pair of Nike Flights. I think they were probably like early 2000 Nike Flights. Is it Flights? I can't remember.
I think those are Jordan Flights, aren't they?
Then they're not Jordans. They were like, can't remember the brand. Anyways, they looked like they were a high top basketball shoe, but they weren't like a Jordan or anything super duper expensive. And they were sitting on the shelf. Now the Jordans and stuff like that, like the real good Jordans, they'll put in behind the counter and they'll be like, these are Air Force Ones or the Jordans or whatever. And they're $100. Anyways, so I saw these sitting on the shelf and I'm like, oh sweet, they're probably only $20. They must have missed this. So I opened it up and looked inside, and at the very back they had a little price tag, $78. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. And they're sitting like, I could steal these things. Like somebody's gonna steal them.
Right.
But
have you guys ever seen someone just put on a one of the pair of shoes that they're trying to sell and they just walk out?
No.
Oh, I see that Sunday at the bins. Somebody literally dumped their shoes in the bins and took a pair of shoes out and walked right out. I was like, I'm like, bud, it's like 99. No, I swear. Yeah, but yeah, I was like, well, our bins all the way up till 11:30. It's kind of weird time, but all shoes are 99 cents a pound, and they did this at like 10 o'clock. I'm like, I'm sure those shoes were like $1.07, man. I mean, it's today. What are you doing, man?
But if you're gonna, if you're gonna shoplift, if you're gonna shoplift and risk getting arrested, do it at Foot Locker or go to Dick's Sporting Goods. Like, make it worth your while. If you're gonna get caught shoplifting, you might as well go big.
Yeah, I was like,
I don't know if this is true, and you guys, I don't know, like you guys tell me if it is or if it isn't, but I heard that if you go to Goodwill and you tell them that you're broke, that they give you like $50 of credit just to grab whatever you want.
I would do that every time.
I mean, I don't know if it's true. That's just what I heard, that they do it mostly for the homeless people.
I was going to cut my hair tomorrow too, but maybe I'll wait.
Yeah, I would just like it.
Yeah.
I think ours, because some lady did come in there and say that she couldn't afford an outfit, and then they allowed her to pick something out like $10 or something. So
that's actually awesome. If they do that, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because I know I saw a homeless person come into a Goodwill once, and he was just grabbing bags, one of those little basket of shirts, and then they just let them take it.
Yeah. Rosie says no. Goodwill does that through their programs. You can't just go up to the counter. You can get a voucher through the programs.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Must be location dependent. Last week I got 2 pairs of Hookah Clifton 7s at Salvation Army, practically brand new for $7.99 each. Sold both of them for $79.99 in less than a day.
Nice.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
There we go. Salvation Army gives certificates through their outreach programs. Okay. Well, I mean that's pretty awesome that they do stuff like that. I mean, I guess they're charitable they're charitable organizations, so they should do stuff like that. But but I mean, the guy shoplifting at the bins, like, at least go shoplift at the regular store, dude. Like, I mean, at least where somebody maybe cleaned the shoes a little bit. I mean, just I don't know. I could think.
Yeah. So, well, I went in, like I said, it's my normal Sunday, and then my Mr. Manager was there, man. Oh, he was all over me, man. So he watched my video. So I could not film it all. So I walked up to him. I was like, so it's okay for someone to take a pair of shoes out. See, if I was filming, I could have filmed that.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, I was just making it. I was just making a butt of myself. Dude, just be honest.
Was he able to find your channel because of your shirt?
Yeah, but
no.
Wait
a minute. You're wearing the shirt at the Goodwill. The Goodwill bins that could throw you out for filming. You're wearing the shirt.
I don't care.
Not a good idea.
No, but I didn't have it on Sunday. But yeah, he was like, yeah, I saw that where you filmed in here. What did I say about that? I said, well, I didn't technically film anything. I was filming my cart, so I thought it was okay. It's not okay. We said no filming. So I did call Goodwill Corporation today.
Oh.
And they did say, and they are going to call him, and they're actually going to put it on their door. If they do not want filming, they're actually going to have it posted. Because I was like, I'm not the only YouTuber running into this. Because I was like, I watch other YouTubers, like Tendo, will walk right in with his GoPro, and he goes around, right?
Right.
And I was like, why are they okay to film in there and I'm not? I was like, it's not on the door, so it should be posted.
Yeah.
I was like, what we do will drive people to the bins if we're finding good stuff. Like I said, if I could actually find that, like when Jen found the dog we sold for $200, a plush, that'd have been awesome, because like Ed said, where if they're like bull rushing these bins when they're brand new, well, she found those right before they did the bin exchange. So nobody was in this line when she was finding all this plush. So apparently people just overlook everything. But
yeah.
But the guy was like, oh, he was all over me, man. He's like, if I even see you on your phone, you're out. I was like, well, number one, I can comp anything that I want. So you can't just throw me out for that, man. You're targeting me. It's fine
at this point. And what is he going to accomplish? Like, what is that really accomplishing for him? All it's doing is it's making everybody have to sneak in taking pictures of things. Yeah. And then on top of that, what is it accomplishing? Like, what do you not? Oh, so the reseller community is not going to be here at your bins? Like, no. First of all, that's not going to happen.
Well,
and second of all, like, you're like, I don't know. I can't see a non-benefit unless... Yeah. The customers are starting to complain, where their faces are being filmed. And I can understand that. But
I didn't film any of them. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And even when Dustin, the pro picker, got told to get out there, like if you watch the pro pickers Goodwill bins experience, that's the bins I'm in. And the manager that comes up and talks to him, that's the guy. It's funny. I was like, yep, I know him. But,
well, he deserved it.
When you go to the bins all the time, you see the same people there all the time. And I'm like, they're not just shopping for themselves. They're all resellers. It's just whatever.
How empty do you think Goodwill in general would be if resellers did not go there no more?
I don't think it would be empty.
No?
No, I haven't went to my Goodwill in forever, and it's still packed when I drive by,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but how many of those would be resellers though? Because I don't see your average person just going there every single day to buy clothes. After all,
no,
that's true. But
yeah, I mean, but people are addicted to Goodwill. And people are addicted to going out thrifting. Like, we have friends that go to thrift stores all the time just because it's fun to go and see what they can find and see like little things that they maybe never knew existed. Like there's a bunch of stuff that I've bought over the years that I would have never known existed if it wasn't sitting at a Goodwill. You know what I mean?
Right.
So do I think they'd be empty? No. Do I think they would certainly see a drop in their business if like somehow somebody organized a mass boycott of Goodwill? Yes. Absolutely. And I don't know that I'd be able to partake in that because our bins are so good to us lately. I'd probably be like, yeah, no, I'm not going to Goodwill bins. I'm with you guys. And then I'd sneak in with like a hat and sunglasses on.
I bet you the person who does organize is like, yeah, let's do this. And then they secretly goes like, what am I getting now?
That's right. Yeah.
And that's the thing is, even those bins, man, I've been hitting every time I go. So that's why I told the guy, I was like, I'm not going to film at all, man. I was like, I'm here to buy some T-shirts, buy some hard goods, and get out. You know. So.
I just saw that you sold the little Thomas train too for $40.
Yeah. You didn't notice this guy right here. Yep, 60 cents in the bins today, sold for $40.
That's awesome.
And they were tossing it around. I mean, the whole bin, and you know.
Yeah. He doesn't want it on camera that he missed pricing something. Do they don't price anything individually at your bins, do they?
They have one little special rack that they'll throw like $10 on like a video game that's not worth it. Or Jordans, they'll put $50, but a lot of the times the Jordans are in the bins. But so yeah, no, generally it's just price per pound and we leave.
Yeah, well, maybe that's what he might be.
I mean, aren't they? I mean, it's just a theory on my guess, but what if they're doing performance evaluations on their online stores now?
Yeah. I mean, their online store has its uses, but it's still. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you can't with the amount of donations they get. The bins are always going to exist, and they have to.
Yeah.
Like it just eventually you got to clear stuff out. Like eventually you got to just throw things out there and hope that people find something awesome. I mean, and T-shirts would be impossible to look every T-shirt up, and and then to top it off, like there could be a ton of these I Want My MTV T-shirts, and only one out of the 50 could be worth the money because it's got the right tag on it. It's from the right era. So like T-shirts are the perfect thing for Goodwill bins, and so are toys. Same thing. It's just there's so many, like Thomas the Tank, who you got to know exactly which one you're picking up to be able to get the money out of it. Because there could be a green car that looks just like the one Jimmy has with one or two little variations that makes that thing worth $5. So.
And as for all we know, that all those pictures that people always say that that we're stealing from the poor, and then they show all those bales of shirts that they have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like, as far as we know, there could probably be a bale like full of T-shirts like the one that Jimmy has back there, $200. But like, would you really go through all that to search just for maybe that big pile of shirts?
I would.
Yep.
But that's the thing. You don't know. You don't know that it's there though.
Would a Goodwill employee do it? No.
No, because I pulled that McDonald's Mac Tonight single stitch out of the Goodwill bins, and I about fainted.
Yeah, the bales that they get in, it would take. You would have to pay somebody every day for. You'd have to have
24/7.
You'd have to have two. Yeah, you'd have to have an overnight shift for people just to keep going through bales of T-shirts to pull out good ones. I mean, it would take an amazing amount of people to do it, and it wouldn't. At the end of the day, it probably wouldn't even be worth it for them.
Yeah.
So.
And the thing is, in order to even make it profitable too, you would need to hire experts at it. If you just get your average person, they would just be pulling out every Nike they see when every Nike is not even worth anything, and then they throw out all those grateful ones, and those are the ones that are worth it.
Right. Yeah. So Susan says filming as you shop at the bins can only increase their business. Why wouldn't they want you with a free advertising? Mm-hmm. Totally agree. Seems like the type of person that wanted to be a cop but couldn't. So now they're Mr. Big Shot at the Goodwill bins.
The dude's a tool, man. But
yeah,
he was fine with those people walking out with the shoes. He was like, "Oh, I don't care." I was like, "So I could just walk out with my whole cart." I mean, what?
I don't care if people steal from me, but I draw the line at people filming and putting things on YouTube. That might get me more customers. big deal here.
Man. Yeah.
Mark says there are probably YouTubers that do reaction videos that show them in a bad way just to get views. Yeah, but I mean,
I haven't seen
agree.
any.
Yeah, I agree, and I'm sure there are, but you get bad press from anything. I mean, and reality behind the situation is bad press is just as good as good press. I mean, especially when it comes to business.
The only thing I can think of too is that when people get into fights, they don't want that getting out. That's the only thing I can think of, because I'm pretty sure people get into fights at the bins.
But okay, so let's say I don't excuse me, I don't film on YouTube, and I go to the bins. Let's say me and Jimmy go to the bins in Dayton, and a fight breaks out. I can guarantee you one of the two of us is going to pull our phone out and film it, even though we're not not YouTubers. Like, I'm filming it because this is going to be hilarious to show my friends later. You know what I mean? So it's going to end up on social media. If I'm not the one doing it, somebody else is going to do it. So what does it matter if the YouTuber's there?
Right.
That's true. I mean, like, I don't know if you've seen that viral TikTok about the Goodwill employee and the Jordans at the bins.
No. Is it good?
Oh, you haven't seen it?
No.
So apparently,
I have to limit my TikTok exposure because I will lose hours of my life on TikTok.
Yeah. Well, I just happened to find it, and it was all over the news and everything that a Goodwill employee took out a fresh bin of shoes, and I guess he saw it, and there were like 4 Jordans, and he was having them right there, and they went, and apparently they were just like, well, why is he taking them to the back, or is he buying it for himself? And that just went viral. I'll see if I can send it to you guys, but I don't know if anybody else seen it, but that was a pretty hot story for a good while.
It's my understanding that anything that is put out in Goodwill, they have to wait a day before the employees can buy it. I don't think they can buy it just as it comes out. That was my understanding, and I'm not sure how true that is.
My understanding from the ones right here, because I actually asked some of the employees too, they said that they can't even shop at their own Goodwill. They have to go to a different one because they can't. Since they already know what's at that one, they're basically just saving it for themselves, so they can't even shop at that Goodwill that they work at.
Yeah. Ours is because I was joking with Jen once because ours was hiring. I was like, Jen, get a job here. You know,
Sarah said it too. Yeah.
Well, Sarah, so she went through the interview process. 1, they don't pay crap, but 2, she can't shop in that store, and her and I couldn't shop in that store at all.
Yep.
That's awful.
So I was like, never mind, you're not getting a job there.
There's no reason at this point. But that would be great. But yeah, I actually I think it is the Goodwill here that they have to wait a whole day before they are allowed to buy something. So if those Jordans survive, you can buy them tomorrow, which in my mind, I'd be like, yeah, I'm going to go put them out, and I'd put them like in a backpack somewhere.
That's what I was about to say. I'd slide them under. Like,
I don't know where they went. Someone must have bought them. JD says, at our Value Village, people wait at the doors waiting for the carts to push out. You have to be fast. Interesting. Our bins is chill, I think, compared to a lot of other people's bins. Ours is, I know Rosie has talked about, she's like, I'm coming down to visit you guys for the bread and the bins. Because
I've been to Columbus and Dayton, and they're all mellow. I mean, it seems like everybody works together. It's kind of weird. I mean, you get occasionally 1 or 2 people in there being stupid, and then all I guess we call them cliques. They'll be like, hey, knock that off, dude. Don't do that here. And then they'll settle down, you know?
Yeah.
And when I go visit you, Adam, I kind of hope you could take me to the bins to see how it is right there.
Yeah, you'll be leaving with piles of Brooks because there's tons of Brooks. I mean,
why don't you pick them up then?
Oh, I have 3 or 4 of them on right now. I was gonna grab the last 2, but so it's weird. Like, are Brooks soles like softer than most soles?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I got a pair of Brooks Ghost 6 from my girlfriend. They were basically new at the soles. I think 3 months later she destroyed them. But she said they're really good running shoes.
So they're almost like an eraser like material.
Kind of.
They're very so like the last 2 that I picked up, they were cleanable, but the soles had like chunks missing out of areas. Like almost like somebody dug their fingernail and just took a big chunk out of them. And I'm like, it's weird that they are so soft that they just I didn't grab them.
I would say they ran in a lot of rocks.
Yeah. But are they? They're not designed for that, I imagine.
No.
Oh, okay. Interesting. But yeah, so there's lots of Brooks, and then it seems like all the really good, like the shoes that are going to be amazing, and with the exception of the Jordans we sold, there's always one of them. There was these awesome pair of Vans that were there last time we went, and there was only one. And the little like group that Sarah knows, they have like a basket, and everybody puts the one shoe in there that maybe other people might be looking for. Because I've had this happen. I don't know, Jimmy, if you've had this happen where you don't buy a lot of shoes, but I've picked up a shoe and then been like, oh yeah, this would be great if the other one was there, and I'd set it down, and then like they'd roll out new bins, and I'd find the second shoe in the second set of bins. And then I'd be like, oh crap, I know where the first one is, and I'd go running back to get the first one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've had that happen. Or like you said, I found a pair of Jordan 12, like one, and I have it, and then I'm like, well, you get nosy if people don't cover their cards. You see the shoe sitting there. I'm like, okay, now what are we doing? What are we doing here?
Yeah, how much are you gonna pay me for this other one?
And so I've deliberately bought that shoe just because the guy was being mean.
So Sarah's got a little group of friends at the bins that she hangs out with all the time now, and I met them all. And he was telling us a story. So there's this lady that everybody knows as being like the overly aggressive bin shopper. Like when she comes walking in, everybody is like, don't go in here. So she had a similar thing happen where somebody had a pair of hookahs. Or Hokas? Am I saying that right? Hoka?
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Hokas. And she came up to him and she's like, can I have that other shoe? And the lady was like, well, maybe I want the shoe you have. And she's like, okay, well, we need to make a deal or something. And the lady's like, I got this like an hour ago. Why don't you have it? No, just let me have it. And, next time something comes along, I'll throw something your way, or I'll trade you something that's in the basket or whatever.
Absolutely.
Something that'll make it worth your while. And the lady was like, no, I don't want that. Give me that shoe. And she was like, I'm not going to. So this lady that's real crabby bought the shoe, walked back over, sat down next to her, and destroyed it right next to her. Like literally cut it up right in the bins right next to her. And I'm
Why
like,
would you do that?
Wow.
What did you get out of that?
She's a jerk.
I mean, besides that, yeah. I'm just trying to stay clean.
Yeah.
You know what? Where I'm going with it.
Yeah, no. I got a couple of them. I got a couple of words for her.
That's the reason why I don't want to go to the LA bins, because I know they're probably a lot more aggressive here than they are there.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I've heard from a couple people that live in Southern California that the LA bins are dangerous. So I don't know. Yeah, I figured they would get that under control, because LA would be such a good city to have a bins in, because LA is such a transient city. Like there's a lot of people that come from different areas to LA, and there's a lot of really cool clothing. You guys don't have horrible weather, so you don't get a lot of dirt stains, grass, all kinds of like weird stuff so like the clothing in LA would be great, because you got all those movie studios nearby, you've got all the theme parks nearby. It would be amazing.
The clothing is amazing, but that's what people fight for, and they elbow you. They really do, and they don't even care.
Elbow, I can handle.
Yeah, I mean, Blade. So if you go there, expect to get hit in some way, and make sure you cover your car, because stuff will get stolen.
I got a really good solution for you, Ed. Get yourself some like football pads. Just walk in.
I mean, I would, but I already have as much as they do right now.
Or just decked out in hockey like a goalie. Like, when you see him coming, I'd do it.
Man, the YouTube video of Ed running out of nowhere and checking somebody in the boards for some Jordans would be just the best. Just wham!
Kristen, you do not want to go to the LA bins. It's bad. It really is.
I don't know. I kind of want to go too. Let's do it.
I mean,
I kind of want to do too, but
so if I go with somebody, I'll be fine. But if I go alone, I don't think so.
I mean, if they seen Adam in real life, they wouldn't mess with him. Just be honest with you.
You'd be surprised.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They would.
I don't think so. I don't think they'd mess with you.
I am convinced that the majority of fights I got in high school were just because of my size.
Really?
Yeah,
Just
I'm convinced
they're
people
just threatened by you. They
yeah,
just
where people like this guy's huge, he's not that tough. And you're like, okay,
It's like they want to prove something.
yeah. See, I like this. Kristen's bins, they flip for the match at her. And see, that's fair.
Oh, okay.
Flip a coin, whoever wins because you both have
Yeah,
you
it's
both
fair.
have half of it. So
We'll
that
see.
makes
Our bins just got away from. I don't know if your guys have Adam where they got the blue dots all over the ground, where per bin.
no.
So what they did when what was going on, right? You would get a minute to yourself in the bin, that one
okay.
bin.
Yeah.
Then after that, they say time's up, but they still do the shoes that way. If they switch out all the shoes,
Yeah.
just because everybody's aggressive. For
Ours never did that.
That was kind of nice. When you had the whole bin to yourself, that was nice.
Yeah, ours did that, and they only had 25 people allowed inside in 1 hour increments, but they were doing that like 1 or 2 minute per bin thing. I didn't do it because, I didn't do that because the people who went there, they were probably waiting there since like 3-4 a.m. and I can get up at the time. That's fine, but I wasn't gonna get up at that time.
Okay,
not on my days off.
Yeah, that's true because Gary couldn't even get into the Phoenix bins. Rampage reseller. Yeah,
I mean, I think they did away with that already, but
yeah, ours. So that they've gotten very particular about where you can stand when the new bins are coming out. So there's like a green line around where the new bins are going to go, and it used to be that like they'd bring out 1 or 2, and then people would kind of like just walk over them. They wouldn't take anything out of them, but they'd lean in and take a look.
Yeah.
Now it's stay behind the green line until all of them are there. We don't want you doing this anymore. And they got really aggressive about it the last time. They actually said they're going to start throwing people out if you continue to do it.
Oh.
I mean, that's what they should do, actually.
The moment after something like that happened, like the lady saw this, heard this lady tell the other person that you're going to get thrown out if you're going to do that. And the moment after that happened, they brought out a clothing bin, just the first one, and then parked it. And the lady goes and grabs a North Face hoodie out of there and puts it in her cart. And like everybody watched her do it. And then one dude just walked over and they were like, you got to wait. And she's like, oh, I didn't know. And you're like, didn't you just hear that guy get yelled at that he's going to get thrown out for crossing the line? What makes you think you put your hand in it? But I don't know. People will do anything to get a deal.
I mean, they really should do something like that, though, because if everybody saw her and somebody said something, they would have thrown her out. That would be my guess.
I don't see any harm in just like letting people walk up to them and look at them, but then you do get a bunch of people like standing a little too close to it, and I don't know, get a little crazy. But
because as soon as they say go, it's like all you see is just a bunch of people. It's like
they don't even say it. They don't even say it. They don't even say it to our bins. As soon as that last one touches down and stops, everybody's in.
Okay. So the close, like they'll bring out all 6 bins at once. So once the last one's set, you can go. But if the hard goods comes out, you have to wait because they're doing 2 lines of them at a time. That's
so you got to wait for the whole entire row to be done.
Yeah.
See, ours does 4 on one side and 6 on the other.
Okay.
And if the 4 are once the 4 are there, you can search through these 4, and then they'll start. Then once the 6 are done with this one, you can search through this 6. So they don't care as long as one of the 2 are still there.
Well, then it's funny is like you said, they tell you, well, we don't have a line. The longest we're lined up where all these blue dots are, it's fine. But they'll be like, don't touch the bins. Don't touch the bins. And all of a sudden, you see people grabbing the bin, but they're not reaching in there. And I'm like, they just told you don't. Just put your hands behind your back, man. Or,
seriously.
What are you doing?
There's nothing underneath that you're not going to find in 3 seconds. So just wait. So.
Hi, Gary.
Hey, Gary. I guess Anna did not handle the bread well tonight.
Oh, no.
That's not good. Good night, Mark. Thanks for stopping by. Actually, we are going to start getting out of here because we're at the 2 hour and 4 minute marker. Time flies when you're having fun.
Time went by
did.
fast.
Holy moly.
I didn't even notice.
I didn't either. Wow.
Kristen's got, is the vibe, see what I did there, at your bins different on the weekends than during the week? No, ours is about the same all the way around.
No.
I think it might be a little bit more aggressive during the week because you have all the flea market vendors and everybody else there at the same time too.
Yeah.
During the weekend, the flea market vendors are at the they're trying to sell, and then the only ones you get at the bins are the resellers who have nothing left.
Yeah. I think you get a different crowd, like you said. I think the weekend people are kind of like you get a mix between the people that are resellers and then the vintage clothing girls is what we've been calling them. Where they come in dressed like they just bought the outfit at the Goodwill bins and then they're just walking around. So, but yeah, and then the weekdays, I think you do get a lot of flea market.
Yeah, ours have, I mean, everybody kind of knows. You got the book buyers, you got the shoe buyers, you got the clothing, and then you got the guy that buys all the junk. So that's pretty much not me. I'm just saying, I'm like the all over buyer. It's weird. They're like, what are you buying? I'm like, everything. I sell everything. Really?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. So that's why I just said this weekend, because I've been talking to the shirt boys, because I've been wearing like those type of shirts in there. Like I wouldn't wear that in there, but like I wore my black McDonald's t-shirt and they're like, bro, what are you doing wearing that shirt in there? I'm like, it's a t-shirt. It's cool. So then I wore a country music single stitch in. It was Shenandoah, right? It was funny. It had 89 tour all over it. They're like, dude, you're killing me. What do you? And then, they were actually trying to trade me shirts for that shirt. I was like, no.
Nice.
No, because I know that shirt eventually is going to be worth something. So no. But so I got the respect from them. Like you just said, Sarah got in with that one group, which is awesome, which I just did Sunday. So it was awesome because I found 2 Supreme shirts. One, I'm pretty sure is a boot, but the second one was legit.
Oh, nice.
So the one, he kind of he's been trying to figure me out, which is okay. And he come up to me, he's like, do you want anything for those Supreme shirts? I was like, well, do you resell or what do you do? I was like, because I mean, all I have is my card. I could PayPal you some money. Right. Or he was like, oh, whoa, I get to go over in the corner. What's up? What's going on over here? So he's like, well, it's weird. He had a jean jacket, like it's like really expensive jean jacket, like my daughter's been wanting. Yeah. So I traded those 2 shirts for that jean jacket. It was nice. It was a nice trade. And he's like, "Hey, I'll see you next weekend." I was like, man. He's like, "Cool."
Yeah.
So
once you get
that was awesome.
Those people, it helps a lot. I don't know how I missed this, Angie, but Angie just had a $70 sale from an item we bought for $6. Nice sale.
Nice.
Angie, did you click the like button? That's probably what happened.
That's probably just saying we had something to do with it. That's all.
All right.
So
congratulations. Well, it's awesome.
We got to get out of here. We've been at this for 2 hours and 7 minutes. What do you guys got coming up? Ed, you want to start?
Sure. I did record my latest What Sold video. It was one of my best in terms of dollars. So I still got to edit it. I don't know when it's going to be out. And then again, I still got to make that video about the return that I just said right now. I'll be able to go into a lot more detail. And then I still have one more that I still haven't done because I've just been way too busy to do anything about it. But other than that, the only thing I have up is I don't know if I'm going to be going to the flea market this weekend. If I do, as always, I'll be on my live on my channel. And if not, then, I'm going to be on Jimmy's and Adam Lives whenever they do it. But other than that, that's all I got planned until next Monday when we do our next show.
That's right. Jimmy?
Absolutely. Tomorrow I got my lunchtime chat. It is Tuesday tomorrow, right? Yeah. So 11:30 a.m. Eastern to 12:30 is my lunchtime chat. I don't have nothing else going on Tuesday. Thursday is my other lunchtime chat, same time. And then that night, 7 p.m., I'll be on with Gary Rampage Reseller doing an auction. And then Sunday, Gary and I have a show called Pickin' Shenanigans. And it'll be on his channel at 7 p.m. this week because we bounce back and forth. And then I guess Monday we'll be back here. So
we're back here. I don't know. I had a good experience with Monday. I liked it. So
yeah, actually, it's pretty nice.
A little better for us than Saturday. You're a reseller.
Yeah.
What day is that? That's right. This was a cool. Before I get into my plugs, I'll just show this Spirited Poketuber. Years back, someone tried to buy my father's Hank William Jr. shirt for him from the 80s. He said no. Smart man.
Smart man. Yeah, exactly. See, absolutely. Yeah. That's an expensive shirt, man.
what we got coming up this coming Tuesdays with Sarah is going to be coming up. She's going to be doing a Cabbage Patch unboxing for you guys. So she's got a couple shipments of Cabbage Patches that she's going to present to everybody. Couple she bought off of a YouTube auction, and then a few from Goodwill. So shopgoodwill.com. So she's going to be taking those out of the box for you. And then Thursday, me and Sarah back here live on this channel. Pittsburgh Picker Live, and then also again on Sunday, and then we're back here Monday. So you can check all of that out. You guys know where to subscribe by now, I'm sure. So you can do that. And yeah, that's about it. Anything else you guys want to?
Yeah. Are you doing Whatnot tomorrow?
Oh, thank you.
I'm just saying, you're a reseller. Come on, man.
Oh man, it's too much. Yeah, tomorrow, Tuesday, 7:30, Whatnot. We're doing our usual T-shirt auction. So we've got some good ones, actually, some real good ones. So
I got a sneak peek.
You did get a sneak peek. The video is up too now, actually, on Whatnot. So go over to Whatnot, and the preview video is up. But
they got some good shirts coming.
We do. So definitely check those out. And yeah, that's about it. Anything else you guys want to throw in before we get out of here?
No, just thanks. Yeah. Thank you, everyone, for coming on a Monday and helping us grow this Monday Night Vibe that we want to just get a better experience for you guys.
Yeah, really
I had fun. So it was cool. Yeah.
It was a good one. So, all right, guys, we'll see you guys back here on Monday. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
See you guys.
All right. See you guys.
Bye.
Good day, sir.